Fala aí galera, tudo bem com vocês? Testando aqui antes de começar a transmissão oficial da Warriors Den. Bom, para quem tá vendo o vídeo agora, né? O pessoal normalmente vê a live depois que ela foi feita. Então sejam todos muito bem-vindos. Eu sou o Adriano Lenhador. Deixa eu abrir a cam aqui, ficar mais fácil. Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? Sejam todos muito bem-vindos. Essa é a live de revelação da Warriors Den, que irá revelar um novo herói da quarta temporada do ano 6 de For Honor. A live não começou ainda, eu resolvi entrar online um pouquinho antes para dar tempo de todos entrarem na live, assistir e tal. Se você está vendo isso depois que foi gravado, é só você ir aí no marcador, vai ter a hora que começa a live e você já começa a assistir lá, certo? Então, como a transmissão é ao vivo, eu preciso entrar um pouquinho antes, tá? Então, gostaria de confirmar com todo mundo aí do chat se está tudo certo, se o áudio tá bom, a imagem tá bom. Obviamente vocês não estão vendo a live ainda, eu coloquei um vídeo qualquer aí do canal para vocês assistirem enquanto isso, tá? Eu estou vendo que tem bastante gente no chat, mas eu não estou vendo mensagens no chat. Então, se puderem dar um salve aí, vou colocar ao vivo. Ah, tá funcionando. Testei agora, tá beleza. Então vamos lá. É... A live vai começar a 1h50. Agora é 1h40, nós temos aí 8 minutos para trocar ideia. 8h42, né? Temos aí um tempinho para trocar ideia. Na verdade, a live vai começar com um countdown de 10 minutos. Então, meio que eu poderia começar a live quando começar o countdown de 10 minutos deles. Que ainda vai ter 10 minutos para a gente trocar ideia, tá? Mas, né? Whatever, como a gente vai ter bastante tempo para falar. Então, vamos trocando ideia, dá tempo também de vocês chegarem, né? Eu queria saber o que vocês estão esperando do novo personagem. O que vocês acham que vem aí, né? O que esperam, se vocês estão assim como eu, muito decepcionados pelo fato de ser uma mulher árabe. E por isso eu queria até, né, pedir a opinião de vocês, falar o que vocês acham e dar a minha opinião, né? Mas a minha opinião eu vou dar, acho que no final, depois que eu ver o herói, porque você dá opinião antes de ver é chato, né? Então, o ideal é sempre espere e dê a sua opinião depois, certo? Mas bom, para quem aí tá perdido, não sabe, já saiu o teaser da nova personagem, tá? Saiu um teaser assim, meio que virou agora uma tradição, entre aspas, do pessoal lançar esse vídeo só com uma pequena conversa, só sei lá, como que eu posso dizer? O que que é aquilo que é só uma historinha, só um audiodrama, né? Foi assim com o Medjay e foi assim ontem com essa nova personagem aí, tá? Então, com o Medjay, qual era a história do Medjay? Para quem não lembra, o Boltorn, que foi a skin lançada para o Raider, né? O Raider, a skin do Raider era um personagem que era o Boltorn. Nossa, só de lembrar dessa play aí, eu joguei muito mal essa hora aí, Deus o livre. Joguei muito mal. Fiquei mamando pro pirata aí. Mas enfim, o Boltorn, que é um Raider, né? É a skin do Raider. A história é que ele foi para o Egito, lembrando que o mundo de For Honor não é o nosso mundo real, obviamente. Então ele tipo só tem algumas referências, né? Então meio que o Bolton foi para o Egito, lá ele descobriu, conheceu lá o Medjay, que fez tipo foi brother dele e tudo, né? E aí ele roubou o bracelete e que era a relíquia, né? E esse foi o tema da temporada passada ou retrasada. Foi a retrasada, né? Retrasada. Foi a primeira temporada do ano 6. Então, a, digamos que o tema dessa nova temporada foi isso, as relíquias, né, e os Outlanders, que são guerreiros que vêm de longe e tal, né? E aí o Boltorn, que é a skin do Raider, foi lá no Egito, fez merda, roubou o bracelete e trouxe as pestes do Egito para Riftmore, né? E aí o Medjay foi lançado logo na próxima temporada. O Medjay, ele é um guerreiro egípcio, né? Com aquela temática egípcia. Então, o Medjay veio do Egito se vingar do Boltorn. Então, é um herói do, do Oriente. Um herói que veio se vingar de uma skin de personagem. É isso. E aí, a skin do personagem da vez que fez a merda foi a skin do BP, que é a Javier. Tem nome, tem cara de homem, mas é mulher. É a Javier. E essa Javier foi lá na terra onde estava a Sultana. Cara, Sultana é de cair o cu da bunda. Sultana. Foi lá onde estava a Sultana e agora eu não sei se roubou, eu acho que destruiu o artefato, né? Que era um artefato que dava visões do futuro e tal. Então, o que acontece? Nova personagem, que tudo indica que é uma mulher mesmo, não tem muito para onde correr, era uma guerreira que meio que defendia a sultana e era tipo uma, sei lá, general da sultana, não sei, vamos ver os detalhes agora na live. E aí essa guerreira vai vir para Riftmore atrás da vingança contra a, a Javier. Então, mais uma vez, nós teremos um personagem lançado querendo se vingar de uma skin, né? Então é isso, tá? Bom, enquanto não começa, eu vou interagir com vocês como se fosse uma live mesmo, tá? Então, a hora que começar, a hora que tiver na transmissão, eu não vou ficar mandando salve nem lendo comentário. Eu vou ler, mas eu não vou responder. Porque o foco vai ser a live. Mas enquanto não começa, dá pra gente trocar uma ideia aqui, tá? Então, já dei salve pro Joãozinho, pro Akira, pro Hacker, pro Nando, para o Lug, para o Luizão, para o Thiago e para Emanuel Carente. Salve aí pra todos vocês, tá? É, salve para o Power também. Quem quiser salve, pode pedir aí, galera. Pode pedir Power. Eu vou colocar o segundo. Ah, não, isso aqui. Nem lembro que partida é essa. Deixa eu ver se já começou a contagem lá. Acho que a contagem. Não, não começou. A contagem vai demorar ainda. Enquanto isso, vamos ver mais uma partida do grande campeonato onde o lenhador foi campeão internacional. Aqui é a partida 1 da final, a gente viu a partida 2. Legal que o YouTube tá com delay aqui, tá ligado, velho? Olha esse YouTube demorando pra carregar, nunca vi isso. Uma propaganda de calvície maravilhosa. Foi essa aqui que a gente acabou de ver? Deixa eu ver. Foi essa que a gente acabou de ver. Então não é essa. Pera aí, vamos colocar outra. Tá? Enquanto vocês vão ver eu jogando de Hitoki. Ah não, eu acho que essa aqui é a final. Ah, sei lá. Whatever. Salve aí, Bruno Kozlov, seja bem-vindo. Galera, tem um tempinho ainda para começar a live oficial, tá? Enquanto isso a gente vai conversando aí, tirando dúvidas. Ganhador tá de folga? Eu criei a minha folga. Eu dei um jeito de remarcar meus clientes para amanhã e corri aqui para fazer essa live para vocês. Então, galera, é muito importante você deixar o seu like nesse vídeo, afinal, né? Vocês sabem que o canal do YouTube aí eu não ando movimentando, o alcance do YouTube tá bem fraquinho, né? Porque eu não movimento o canal mesmo e eu tenho consciência disso. Mas ajudem com o like aí, tá? Like. Então, para o que você está fazendo agora e dá o like aí para me ajudar. Salve aí o Augusto Cândido por o teaser. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo achar o teaser aqui. Passei ontem na live o teaser. Se eu encontro ele aqui, vai ver lá. Nova aba aqui. Opa. Não dá, vou ter que achar outro negócio aqui, peraí. Opa, começou, hein? Tá tocando a musiquinha já, começou a contagem regressiva lá. Se bem que não adianta eu colocar um timer, né? Um cronômetro aí pra vocês ficarem vendo a contagem regressiva. Salve aí, Augusto Cândido. Tá trabalhando e olhando a live? Isso aí, tem que trabalhar mesmo. Tudo bem. Vou começar daqui a pouquinho. O teaser, cara, eu não sei se tem o teaser em português. Se alguém viu aí, se tem traduzido. Mas, cara, o teaser é isso que eu falei pra vocês. Eu contei, na verdade, o resumo do teaser. Tá? Salve aí, Mário Sampaio. Cara, pode me adicionar. Se quiser me adicionar, pode me adicionar. Me convida pra jogar. Sempre que eu posso, eu entro. Tranquilamente, tá? Ó, só pra mostrar pra vocês aqui, ó. Ó, tá rolando aqui, ó. Tá vendo? Ó, cronômetro aqui. Ih, abriu a tela deles. Abriu a cam deles lá no estúdio. Ó, tá aqui, ó. Tá? Tem HD essa porcaria? Tem HD. Temos 8 minutos para começar, tá? Enquanto não rola aqui, eu tô passando videozinho de whatever de Teamfight aqui para vocês, certo? Salve aí para o Gosha, bem-vindo. Cara, quem não estiver vendo em ao vivo, clica em ao vivo pra gente interagir no mesmo tempo aí, tá? Depois que começar, eu vou só deixar lá no mesmo lugar. Por enquanto, temos tempo ainda, né? Bem que o começo de live é sempre aquela conversa, eles vão falar para você se inscrever na Twitch e dar para ganhar as recompensas, aquela coisa. Eu sempre deixo aqui YouTube e Twitch aberto, sempre deixo nos dois. Então, se vocês quiserem ganhar também, né, as recompensas, já faz o seguinte, vai lá na Twitch, consigo abrir nova aba. Vai lá na Twitch, se inscreve lá, coloca seu login, senha e você assiste a transmissão por lá. Tá? Tá foda jogar For Honor? Tá foda, Bruno, tá foda, mas tamo aí, né? Tamo aí como sempre, tentando, tentando se divertir. Galera, se puder aí me ajudar, divulguem o link aí da live para seus amigos, manda no grupo do WhatsApp, grupo de onde vocês estiverem aí. Ajudem a divulgar, porque como eu não tô fazendo mais conteúdo aqui no canal, né, o meu alcance diminuiu muito, né, aquelas lives de 200, 300 pessoas que a gente tinha faz tempo que não tem. Saudade, Adriano, vale a pena voltar a jogar For Honor em 2023, lembrando que amo o jogo, mas parei por causa do tempo tá curto. Ô, meu querido mundo nerd, cara, o jogo tá melhor do que sempre esteve. A questão é que muitas pessoas deixaram de jogar o jogo, né? Mas o jogo tá melhor, sim, e vale a pena jogar. É que pra gente, assim, que é uma comunidade, puta, que tá diariamente no jogo e tal, e joga todo santo dia, às vezes irrita um pouco, mas pra quem, né, tá muito tempo sem jogar, eu devia ter dado GB ali, hein? Se tivesse dado GB, tinha jogado o peão no buraco. Quando a gente revê nossas plays, a gente vê tudo onde errou, né? Ó que legal, essa é a melhor parte dessa partida. Se liga, eu sem nada de vida, o Tiandi full buffado com o escudo abalado, eu jogo ele na LED. Essa é a melhor parte desses. Valeu tudo que eu fiz nesse campeonato, essa foi a melhor jogada. Então, é assim, pra quem deixou o jogo e vai voltar a jogar agora, vocês vão sentir muita dificuldade na questão da gameplay. O jogo é muito diferente, cara. For Honor tá muito diferente. Muito diferente. For Honor hoje ele privilegia muito quem joga o jogo todo dia, sabe? Ele tá cada vez mais bem que é meio... Falar isso assim, pode ser como pode não ser, sabe? Porque às vezes um jogador muito ruim decora alguns combos de um personagem muito safe e consegue fazer um belo do estrago com esse personagem. Então, o negócio de ser ruim e bom não quer dizer mais nada. É essa. Salve aí, meu querido tio Guila. Obrigado por estar aqui comigo. Salve aí para o GTA Online. Salve pro Hugo também. Agora eu vou colocar lá nos caras lá. Acabou a partida aqui, né? Vamos lá ficar no countdown lá deles, né? Aqui já, ó. Vou fechar essa. 3 minutos para começar a live. Os caras já estão se arrumando lá. Eu vou fechar minha cam, tá? Porque eu não quero... Não sei, bom... Quando for para falar de aparecer trailer, essas coisas, eu vou fechar minha cam. Quando for para explicar, eu acho melhor eu abrir, né? Melhor eu abrir a cam, porque as explicações talvez vocês entendam melhor vendo a minha cara, não sei. Salve aí para o SUS. Gabriel Alonso, que tem chance de buffarem a pacificadora. Gabriel, a pacificadora tá muito forte, em alto nível, cara. Se você se dedicar mais a ela... Começou. Ó, isso aqui é o teaser, tá?
I knew this day would come, for I had seen it in the celestial sphere. Yet nothing could prepare me for the sight that lay before me.
Ó, isso daí é a personagem falando a história que eu contei agora há pouco. Pra mim, eu posso traduzir se vocês quiserem. Tradução meia boca. Ó, o brilho do sol refletido na máscara de metal... É muito rápido. Enfim, a mulher viu a Bepeia, a Javier, falando mal dela, falando que é uma face que assombrava os sonhos dela. Ela não sabia o que ela faria, só que ela era uma filha da mãe. Se ela soubesse, ela teria arrebentado a Bepeia na porrada. Mas a sultana queria receber os visitantes. Há muito tempo nós ouvimos as histórias de Heathmoor, uma terra tão distante da nossa. Submergida em sangue, dominada pela guerra. Ou seja, está falando mal de Heathmoor. É uma terra lazarenta. E aqui eu estava sendo gentil. Ela tipo teve que hospedar a Javier, porque a sultana otária deixou a Javier entrar na cidade. Aí cega pelo próprio orgulho. Enfim, a sultana abrigou a Javier e a Javier ferrou com tudo. E isso daí é um depoimento da personagem que a gente não sabe o nome ainda, se lamentando, né? Ela é tipo uma defensora do reino. É essa daqui, ó. Essa que tá no fogo aqui, ó. Essa é a Javier e essa aqui é a mulherzinha. The great library burned and my dear sultano slain. Pronto. Javier has taken everything from me. Olha lá. Javier tomou tudo de mim, de nós. Eu não sei o que ela viu na relíquia, mas seja lá o que for, eu irei pará-la. Não é isso. A esperança não está perdida. Nós iremos reconstruir a esfera e nós vamos cavalgar para Heathmoor. Então, é isso. Vai começar aquele trailer genérico agora. Como eu disse, né? Eu já contei a história 2, 3 vezes aqui. Mas essa vai ser a temática aí. A guerreira árabe que teve a sultana morta pela Javier, que é a skin da BP. E aí ela despedaçou lá a relíquia, né? Que ela viu alguma coisa e ela não sabe o que viu. Enfim. Vamos lá, começando. Agora eu vou ficar quietinho. E se eu ver que minha can tá atrapalhando a transmissão, eu vou fechar a can, tá?
Incredibilis!
There you go.
Welcome, Warriors. We are once again live with the Warriors Den. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Nolan.
Happy New Year to you, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can still say it. Still,
Eu não vou traduzir ao pé da
January,
letra, eu
we can
vou
still
traduzir o
was just last
contexto, tá?
week too,
Se
so
tiver
it's
muito
still-
alto ou
still
muito
very
baixo,
local.
vocês me
Love the
avisem.
technicality.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Welcome, everyone, to once again another Warriors Den. We have a great show lined up for you today. And as you can see,
Bem-vindos, nós vamos ter
said, we are live.
We are live.
grande
Yeah.
show,
We're doing
nós
the
estamos
things,
ao
we're seeing the
vivo.
things.
Tipo, acho
We
que
can
não
see
precisa traduzir
chat
essas
for
coisas,
Dolphin
né?
Master. I don't think we'll be able to nerf that belt for you, but, you know, hearts go out.
We'll try. We'll talk to JC. Maybe we'll see if we can
Yeah.
lower the damage numbers a bit. So.
But a couple things to get through before we jump into the meat and potatoes of the show is we've got Pro-Am's update.
Falando do
Sign-ups
campeonato.
ends today at 11:59
Campeonato que é
p.m.
só para
Eastern.
Europa
We
e
did that
Norte
to
América,
avoid
nós
that
não podemos
confusing
participar,
midnight.
então
What day
as
is midnight?
inscrições acabam
so-
hoje.
Sign-ups end today, and so get signed up because the competition starts on January 28th. And then remember to tune in to the For Honor Twitch on February 5th, that's a Sunday, for the finals and the grand final grudge match. So the finals will determine who gets the prizes, which are these awesome color 3D print statues with a custom base. And
Falando
the
do premiação
grudge
de quem
match grand
ganhar,
finals, that's just for bragging
infelizmente.
rights, because it's cross-region. And
A gente não tem
sometimes
nem
cross-region.
time para jogar do
Yeah.
pareamento do dia a dia, né?
But,
Quem diria para
There will be more
campeonato.
information in the chat if you want. There should be sign up links dropping in just a second. So you can head on over to Battlefy, sign up there. So we'll have the UBL links coming wherever. What side? Chat's over here.
It's always
Over there.
confusing to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's not the only prizes we're going to be talking about today. Nolan, I believe there's some stuff they can win just for like being here.
You're absolutely right, Brian. Thank you for. Oh, camera's over. Yes, you're absolutely right. So, I mean, here you are today. It's live. It's Twitch. That's definitely not distracting at all. And yes, so while you're live with us today, make sure you link your Ubisoft accounts to Twitch. And for
Tá.
every 30 minutes you stay with
É
us and
aquilo que eu
watch,
falei,
you can
você
get a
linkar
scavenger
a sua
crate drop.
conta
So
e
look
assistir
out for
pela
that.
Twitch,
And
você
also,
ganha lá
you
os
can be entered into a
sorteiozinhos.
chance to win 100,000 steel. And also, or also,
That's a
the
lot,
new
no.
hero. It is a lot. It's a lot
Toda
of dough.
live
And
é
so you get a
sempre
chance to win the
tem isso,
100,000
né?
steel or
Pessoal
even
que
the new
acompanha
hero.
já
So
sabe.
yeah, stick around, watch, and your chances can only improve from there. So keep an eye out on that. There we go. And then also, I mean, streaming is not just for us today. You know, we have more Twitch.
Top 10
Twitch fun coming up,
streamers. Eu nunca
in the
ganho
near
isso
future here.
porque tem
Starting
uns
next
caras
week
aí
with
que
the
são
launch
muito
of,
dedicados.
the
Os caras
TU. From
transmitem
February 2nd
10
to the
horas
9th.
por
If you are
dia. Tipo,
streaming
coitado
Twitch,
de mim.
or streaming For Honor on Twitch and you're one of the top 10 streamers, you can win 100,000 steel just by streaming and having people watch. So that's super cool. So hope you enjoy that. And if you're not into
Então
streaming
vai
too,
ter
and you
drops.
just want to just be part of the
Dizer
show
o
and
quê?
just watch along,
Se você
just by
entrar lá na
watching
minha
as a
live
viewer, you
da
can also win
Twitch, que
fabulous
se
prizes,
chama
which are all listed
Lenhador
there on the
Gameplay,
side, somewhere
e
on screen for
assistir
you
eu
to see.
fazendo live, vocês
Just don't
ganham
forget, you have to
esses
claim your
prêmios
prize,
aí, tá?
every time they unlock. So you do have to
Yeah.
keep checking back in. Don't make my mistake where
Coisa
like
que já é
hours
meio
go by
padrão,
and I
né?
wonder why only like my first hour
Sempre que
is
lança o
still there and I
personagem,
claim it all.
tem
So,
os drops
but you
da
have a whole week
Twitch.
to do it, so you know, just enjoy. There's plenty. There'll be plenty.
Às vezes você
to
não precisa nem
enjoy,
assistir.
so
Você
hope
loga
you,
com o
have
celular,
fun with
entra
that.
lá, deixa
The
logado e
last
vai
couple
ganhando
times
os
we've done the
prêmios.
directory rewards.
Na
there's
minha
been
live, tá,
some
galera?
shenanigans that we've had to put a stop to, and so we're going to be continuing to do that and vetting to make sure the top 10 streamers were actually streaming For Honor and not just trying to game El System. So, yeah, you can look forward to us making sure that you're actually, you know, keeping along with the spirit
Absolutely,
of the
absolutely.
endeavor.
Falando que tem gente que
but
finge que streama
Speaking of
For
free
Honor.
stuff,
Nem
that's
streama
not
não,
all.
hein?
But wait, there's more. February 2nd until February 9th, For Honor will be free that entire week on Xbox, PlayStation,
Vai ter uma semana de For
Ubisoft
Honor de
Connect, and
graça,
Epic Game Store.
tá? Do
So,
dia 2 de fevereiro ao dia 9.
Because I think this is the
Então,
first free week
é a
we've done
chance de
since
você
Crossplay Phase
tentar
2
passar
went
o
live, so there you
câncer
go.
para um
This means
amigo.
friends on any platform,
Chama
you can
aqueles
get 'em
brother,
together,
For
group
Honor de
up,
graça,
and,
tenta
introduce
convencer
them
ele
to the
a
love-hate
vir pro For
relationship
Honor.
that is For Honor.
Ó, baixa lá de graça, uma semaninha
And I
jogando
think
de
we
graça.
got more, right?
We got more. We absolutely have
Uma
more.
semana não dá
You
tempo
know,
de
for
ter
those of you
raiva
who've
do
been
jogo,
following
não.
For Honor for a while, you probably know that in February there's a very special time of year coming around. On the 14th, there's really one thing that stands out more than anything else that day.
Singles Awareness Day.
Singles Awareness Day is very important, but even more so than that is the For Honor anniversary.
Então, dia
That's
14 de fevereiro, aniversário do
as
For
many of
Honor
you
e
know, you've been
aniversário
with us for
do
a while.
lenhador.
As
Exatamente,
the
eu
most
faço
romantic
aniversário
game,
junto For Honor.
on,
Acreditem,
live
cara, é o
right now
destino.
out there in the ecosystem. We pride ourselves on celebrating this kind of one more turn around the sun there. So it's like almost like a little birthday for us and for all of you players out there. So in honor of our 6 years live, which will be
Vamos ver o
on
que vai
February
ter.
again 14th, if you log in that day, you can unlock an elite outfit for free for everybody.
Vai
And
ter
it's super cool. We'll have a little bit of
outfit,
it
um
later on. You get to
traje,
see it, but it'll be
traje
log
de
in.
aniversário
Just
se
log
você
in,
logar
you
no
get some
dia.
drip.
Só logar no
log in,
dia.
get the drip. It looks
Dia
great.
14 de
It's got a lot
fevereiro,
of, the
log no
purple.
For
I
Honor,
like
você vai ganhar
purple
um
and
traje
color
aí.
scheme,
Never
so
go wrong with purple.
definitely not. So that is really cool. And also, for a limited time too, we're bringing back a fan favorite execution, Blades of the Vanguards too, which will also be available at that time. So
Trazer uma
you can come and
execução
buy
nova
that
aí.
as well, get the free elite
Nova
outfit,
não,
and just celebrate
famosa,
the
sei
anniversary
lá,
of For Honor. So
preferida.
6 years, pretty incredible.
Get your Fate Unlimited Blade Works Omni/Vibe.
It is. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
6
Yeah, I
anos
know.
For Honor, hein,
We
mano?
all kind of have a different idea of what that is paying homage to. Like I'm more of a Omni/Vibe, but yeah, I know you're Fate Unlimited too. So
Yeah.
Either
I know.
way.
I'm a huge nerd.
either way, you're smacking people with swords, so that's always a plus.
Nothing says I love you like delivering all 3 parts of a Highlander zone to your friend's face.
This is true. This is true. There's just no purer expression of love out there. So, but 6 years live. I mean, that's pretty incredible. And I mean, if I'm feeling it in my bones. I feel like that's super incredible. And 6 is such a great number, but I feel like there might be a number that's even better than 6. Maybe like a lucky number out there. What is it, Brian? What do you feel about the number 7? Is
Ó,
that a
I
good
like
number?
7.
Eles
You
já
like
estão
seven?
Yeah, seven
anunciando
is a holy number.
a
Is it?
Yeah, it has been
nova
since, like, the
temporada
fourth
de For
century.
Honor. Mais
Oh,
um
wow,
ano de
wow.
For Honor, galera.
So
Ó,
it's a holy
Uhul!
number. It's
Mais
it's
um
a
ano
lucky
de For
number.
Honor pra
It's,
nós.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
the
lucky
4th
number
century.
7s. Yeah.
There's
Dá
also
F
yeah,
no
for sure.
chat.
So, I think just in the spirit of tradition that goes back to the 4th century,
Vamos ver se ele vai
Um,
falar.
I think For Honor, and we're happy to announce this, is coming back for year 7. So you heard it here first.
Mais um ano de
We're
For
gonna be
Honor,
back year
garantido,
7.
garantido,
Uh,
galera.
It's
Year
official.
7 For Honor.
It's so cool. Like I'm trying not
Comemora
to
no
even
chat
say
aí, ó.
too much
Todo
'cause
mundo
my
manda
brain,
uhul.
my brain immediately jumped to stuff. But all I can say is that it's gonna be 4 new
No
seasons.
spoilers. No.
I know, no spoilers. I'm sorry.
Don't
But
get us both banned.
I know, I'm sorry. All right, but there will be 4 new seasons for sure. We can confirm that. New battle passes, 4 new hero skins, as well as 2 new heroes. You can
Dois
expect
novos
in
heróis.
year 7 on the
esquema.
year 7 season 2 title update 2 and season 4 title update 2, kind of similar to what we did this past year.
Mesmo
So,
esqueminha que foi
you can
esse
look out
ano.
for them.
Que
It's
mais?
going to be really cool. I wish I could say more,
I'm
but
super pumped.
yeah,
I can't wait for us
Não
to
tô
like,
surpreso.
I
É o que eu falo toda live. Eles vão continuar o For Honor
but,
ali, ó.
we're going to leave it at that.
Do
You
mesmo
can stick around 'cause
jeito de
we'll,
sempre. Mesmo
at a later
jeitinho.
date, we'll be able to share more about what's coming up with there. But I think for now, though, we want to close out the rest of year 6 right. So, Brian,
Yeah,
you
so
wanna
let's take a
recap that?
trip down memory lane and talk
Ó,
about what
title
happened.
update,
in,
deixa eu tirar minha cara
last
aqui
season
rapidinho.
title update.
Vamos
So
lá.
we had Frostwind Knights Event Pass, Battle Pass, we got
Evento
Hero
do passe
Skin,
de batalha.
Ravier,
Passe de
very
batalha.
much
Não, isso aqui já foi,
like,
caralho.
Alden's
Tô
second
perdido.
vibes.
Absolutely.
Tamo aqui,
Very
ó.
happy to see
Tamo
that.
aqui.
We had testing
Dia 2 de
grounds with
fevereiro,
the Normie,
lançamento
'cause
do
I
herói.
got a lot of guff for
Armor Variations,
I
que é
had
tipo
Warmongers
só
with
uma
that
textura
perception
nova na
wrong.
armadura.
It's my fault.
Oh,
Hero Fest.
Yeah.
Cara, não vai ter
So we had
nada
the Hero Fest and a
de
throwback
diferente.
event,
Só o
Reigning
lançamento do
Inferno,
personagem que
which I know
importa
gave a
mesmo.
lot of Knights flashbacks
É o
to
lançamento do
happier
personagem
times.
novo. É o que vai
listen,
ter.
that volcano is ours. Okay.
It was funny 5 years ago, y'all.
It's still funny today.
I don't know. And then coming up, title update 2, we've got new hero releasing February 22nd. We're going to talk all about that new hero today. We've got some armor
Tá
variations
bom, né?
coming up for
O
you.
novo herói
also
vale
on the
mais do que
2nd.
qualquer
We got
evento,
2
então.
Hero Fests.
Mas
It is
gozado,
Nusha
não tem
and
testing
Hellion.
grounds e nada.
Kyoshin, I can.
Ah, tá, pode ser
I
que eles
went over
falem
that
do
like
rework
15
agora.
I know.
I was like,
So many rehearsals.
I just want to say Kensei every time, and I'm like, that's not it. No, Kyoshin and Nusha. So a little bit of Nusha love always.
Ah, o
makes me
Hero
happy.
Fest vai ser do Kyoshin e da
And
Nux, é
then
isso?
we've got Horkos Masquerade. And special note on this: make sure that if there are any rewards from Horkos Masquerade that you haven't gotten, that you get those because it'll be your last chance for a while. Ominous silence.
Very ominous.
But yeah, I think without further ado, we have some stuff to get to right?
Do we?
Right?
I suppose. I mean,
'Cause
the
there-
rest of the.
you may have noticed
stream, yeah.
there's kind of a certain kind of theme of an Arabian influence.
It's true.
So, in fact,
Mhm.
what is that curtain doing there?
That wasn't there before.
No. What's going on?
Vamos
Did
ver.
you-
Tem.
I
Whoa!
broke the set.
Almost.
A nova
Almost.
personagem aí.
Boom! The key art for the Afira hero.
That's right.
Ela tem uma
Feast your
massa
eyes
e um
upon it.
escudo.
It's a feast.
I didn't realize Max went to the full screen there.
I know.
So I was like,
Você já
I was like,
imaginava
look
né,
at
que
it!
fosse isso.
Look at it. No, so the Afira hero, and it's not just the key art. We've got a wicked sick
Wicked
trailer
sick,
for
alright.
you.
Trailer.
And so check us
Vou
out, and then
fechar
we
cá.
will be back with hero narrative and art
Is it?
trailer.
What is fate, if not an ally? A friend who walks with us in life. A guide who delivers us to journey's end. Too long have we stood aside. Now, at last, we enter the fray. We are the Afira. Let us light your path.
Afira é o nome do personagem. Quase Akira, Afira. Vamos ver, né? Eu não vou dar minha opinião até o fim. Só vou dar minha opinião no fim do vídeo. Então, se vocês querem saber minha opinião, fiquem aí até o final. Bom, enquanto eles estão trocando as pessoas que vão falar... Ah, já trocaram.
What an awesome trailer. Were you guys as excited as we were? Mace, the bonkening is upon us. So a couple of things real quick. I'm joined by Stefan, Andre, and Anastasia, and we're going to get into the hero narrative and art. How are you guys doing today?
Great, excited to be here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yep, great. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. It's awesome. A couple of things real quick before we dive into this, because I forgot them in the last segment, is we have seen the reports of some connection issues, disconnects, things like that. The
Falando
team's
dos
been
problemas de
investigating. We have a
conexão.
couple of leads on some
Muitas
potential
pessoas me
causes,
reclamaram
so we'll keep
isso.
you guys updated on that. As
Eles
that
falaram que
investigation
estão cientes
progresses.
dos problemas de
And
conexão,
then, what's
tá?
the other thing?
Eu vi nos grupos lá o
Armor
pessoal com
variations will
problema.
be in each segment transition for all of the heroes. So if you want to see your mains armor variations, keep an eye out on those segment transitions so you can see those. So Stefan, let's talk about Afira.
Let's absolutely talk about Afira. I'm
Falar
ready.
sobre
Are
a
you ready?
I'm
Afira,
ready.
então.
Are you
Did
ready?
you forget everything?
No, if we keep saying it, will it be true?
I hope so. All right, Afira, new hero. She's an Outlander, and she's our first Arabian hero. So, one of the
Primeiro
beautiful
guerreiro
things about
árabe.
the Outlanders is it allows us to bring
Que não tem nada a ver com
warriors from
árabe.
all over the globe to For Honor for the first time, and she's our first Arabian hero here.
All right. So what can we expect from her? So that's like the high level, but like what can we expect gameplay wise?
Gameplay, vamos ver.
Sure. The other great thing about Outlanders, of course, new culture, but also their kind of identity is to bring unique gameplay opportunities to us.
A identidade deles é trazer gameplays
únicas.
únicas.
Because we had
Exactly. Pirate
Feats
had
and
Feats and
Chains.
Chains. Exactly.
Yeah.
Medjay had 2 modes, with a breaking apart weapon, and this one brings actually 2 kind of cool gameplay opportunities. So first off, something called Relentless Reach, which awesome brand name.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Allows her, yeah, she's got a short range weapon, of course, but she can get through a group fight to other sides of it and kind of really run down her opponent. Nobody is really safe from her, even though she's a
Ela
short
vai
range
buscar
character.
você
She can
muito
really good,
longe.
and she's
Relentless
gonna get you.
I had a
Reach
little
é
bit
tipo
of time with
alcance
her,
implacável,
the
é
other
isso?
day, and I was like, oh, you can do that?
Ela pode passar por dentro da teamfight e acertar o cara do outro lado.
Yeah, oh, you're rolling? Wrong answer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, you think you're safe because you're on this side? Maybe not.
Nossa, eu
You
tenho
want to try and
medo
run?
disso,
You
cara.
want to try?
Super cool. So yeah, short range for regular attacks, but relentless reach to get through that group fight. And then you'll see some feats and so on later on with JC, Vanessa, and Nolan to really show you how
Yeah.
she increases over time, which is cool.
Só vamos ver na hora da gameplay
it's
como
good.
que vai
And
funcionar
then the
isso.
second unique gameplay opportunity that she brings.
Quando esse cara fala
is
alguma
stance
coisa
choice becomes
rindo,
very
eu já
important
choro
for
por
her.
dentro, tá ligado?
Anywhere you are inside a chain, if you do an attack, the direction influences what property do you get at that time. So, you have to really be like, do I want this at that time? Do a top. If you want this, do a left. Quickly.
Yeah, for my
Dependendo
very
do
smooth
lado que tiver sua
brain,
guarda, ela faz um
I was
mix-up
very quickly
diferente,
like,
pelo que eu
oh,
entendi.
this is a hero with a high skill ceiling.
Yeah, we're very much hoping to see a lot of creativity, a lot of mastery, and some really awesome plays out of players with this character. So can't wait till you get your hands on it. It's gonna be cool.
I'm so excited, and a mace hero finally in For Honor, like a proper mace.
Exactly. Let's do the whole rundown, I guess, of what are the properties, right? So she's got the mace and shield. These are weapons. She's got 2 armor sets coming that
Mace and shield.
As
the
armas
mace
são
and shield,
só a
one in one
massa
hand, one in the
e
other
o
hand.
escudo.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Is there? Can I punch someone with the shield?
Yes, you could absolutely. You have to wait till the next segment, but we'll show you, and it'll be awesome.
Not
Anastasia.
spoiling.
We're gonna do all the cool stuff right now.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see it in a few minutes.
Next segment.
Anastasia, in just a couple minutes, is going to show you the 2 armor sets and their variations. These are
Tem
awesome
dois
as well.
sets de armaduras.
She's an Outlander. She's a hybrid. She's gender lock. So just as we did in the last 2 years, Warmonger Griffin, Kyoshin Pirate, Medjay Aphira, we're following the same pattern, basically.
We're nothing if not consistent.
We're yes,
Estão
hopefully.
seguindo o mesmo padrão.
I know some people in chat will be the
Lançando
same, but,
personagem
that's how we do it.
masculino e um
I mean,
feminino.
it's just kinda cool.
Masculino
You'll
e
see the armor
feminino,
sets
né?
and you'll like it, and then you play
Por
it
mais
and
que
you'll
não
like
faça o menor sentido
It's
um
awesome.
personagem feminino árabe.
If that's everything for right now, I would love to jump
menos que seja
into
modalista.
Aphira's background. What is her story? Where's she coming from? Andre, talk to me.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing to know about the Aphira is that they are warrior scholars. So in battle, they are highly acrobatic, they are tactical,
É
and they fight with a
personagem muito
lethal elegance,
acrobático.
as Stefan mentioned. This is even reflected in the name, Aphira, which means gazelle in Arabic. And the gazelle, the
Aphira
way that it
significa
moves, is a major
gazela.
influence
Ou seja,
for us
é uma
across the board.
xinobinha
There's
árabe,
even the
cara.
clothing for a
Que
while.
isso?
And so many of us still kind of know Aphira as gazelle. The Aphira, though, they're not just killers, right? They're not just going to bonk you and walk away. Bonk. Besides this elite training, they're also given a rigorous education in sciences and the arts. They really uphold knowledge as sacred
Ela é
above
uma
all.
personagem
But
muito
in the end, all this
educada
training, all this
e
education, it really only
estudada.
has
Olha
one
só.
purpose, and that is to guard the Sultana.
Which, according to the lore story, they maybe didn't do the best job of.
I'm gonna well actually you.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
actually, if you listen to the story that we just heard right before, there is one hero who does step up and tell the Sultana and warn her about the Revere threat. But the Sultana, in her pride, didn't listen. You have to keep in mind that Arabia had been relatively secure now for centuries. And I can tell you a little bit more about that hero if you want to.
Ele tá recontando a
Is
história
it
do
Hiba?
teaser lá.
It
I
is
think it's
Hiba.
Hiba.
It is Hiba.
Ó,
Um,
background.
So
Hiba
yes, Hiba is our main Aphira hero.
é
And
o,
like
é o
the other
nome da
Aphira, she
personagem,
is
tá? Aphira é a
recruited off the
classe.
streets. She's a poor outcast. That's how the Sultana gets all her soldiers. But Hiba, she's really an exceptional fighter. She rises through the ranks meteorically, and she shows real proficiency for astronomy. And so naturally, being an incredible fighter, being great at astronomy, that positions her well to be the guardian of the celestial sphere, right? So she essentially just wants to stop Revere now at this
É,
point.
assim, a lore da
That- yeah,
personagem
that's,
é que ela
kind
é
of the
super
vibe that I've
inteligente,
gotten that they're going
estudada,
for. Is
tal.
Revere's got one idea,
Enfim, nem
Eva has another.
não sei se
That's
isso é
right.
tão
And
relevante.
as you also heard in the short story, she wants to rebuild the sphere because
Na
she wants to
história,
follow
ela
Revere
quer
and stop her.
reconstruir a esfera
I can tell
destruída,
you
né? Que
that
foi
she
o
is
artefato que
mostly
o Javier
successful
destruiu.
at rebuilding it, not completely. So it was already like
Bubble gum, duct tape, aluminum foil.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was a bit like reading tea leaves before, and so now, to use another metaphor, mixing metaphors here, it's like a static television set.
Or like
Oh.
when YouTube goes down to 240p if you're Gen Z.
Yes, absolutely. And so what I can tell you at the beginning of the season, while she is successful at that, there's also perhaps a little clue that we've hidden.
Oh, we hid there's a clue for people in chat.
That's right. Yes,
Is it here? Is the clue in the room with us right now?
it might be. It might be. We've hidden it somewhere, so you have to take a look for that.
Okay. Can you show me in the broadcast where the clue is?
I'm not going to say anything, but if you find it, you'll get a glimpse into the future of Heathmore as well.
Well, speaking of inspirations, clues, all kinds of good Afira stuff, Anastasia, what were some of the like artistic direction inspirations that went into Afira? And I think we have some concept art to kick this off.
Yes, we definitely have some concept art to show. So,
Ela vai
When they
ter
start
uns
creating
diferentes
character,
tipos de massa,
it's
né? Ó,
always
achei pelo menos
super
interessante.
interesting, super fun,
A armadura é bem
and
bonita,
very hard thing to do.
muito bonita,
Because you
muito
have to
bonita.
think about so many things. So first of all, her personality, right? So we know that she is precise, elegant, and
Quando a
tactical.
personalidade dela ela
So we
é
ask
precisa,
ourselves how
elegante,
she might
tática.
look like. What's gonna be her silhouette?
Então,
And we thought that she's elegant, so she has
ela
this
tinha que
thin,
refletir essa aparência.
silhouette, and she's from the Arabic. We have this Arabic theme, right? So even from far, you notice that she has this Arabic vibe in her silhouette, and when she's
Cara, eu
coming
achei bem
closer,
bonita,
she's
assim.
more dangerous, of course.
Independente
And
Yeah.
I love
qualquer
how
outra
this,
coisa,
the
assim.
silhouette,
Eu acho
whether
bem
near or
bonita.
far, even with her slender
detalhe
frame,
de
like,
armadura,
you know exactly what's
tá
coming
bem
your
da hora,
direction.
tá bem legal.
And
But
Just-
she's super fast.
yeah,
So
just-
probably you
just real
won't
quick.
even notice.
Eu
her.
não gostei desse
Yeah.
segundo elmo aí, deixou ela
And,
meio com cara de triste,
I,
sei lá.
I know that usually, or I can say usually, right? We will, when we're designing a hero, you guys will start with a weapon, and then kind of be like, okay, what hero kind of comes out of this weapon? And I know with
Olha aí, ó.
Fira, it was a little bit the other way around. We
Os sets de
knew we had this
arma.
hero concept, and that kind of freed us up to be like, okay, now what weapon fits best with this hero?
Yes, exactly. This is
Esse
what
segundo
happened.
escudo aí parece de,
So
de
we tried like different
aquele cesto
types
de
of
roupa
weapon,
suja lá.
but nothing like really feels like it's her weapon. And then we found this very interesting
Essa dourada aí é bonita, hein?
unique technique, like fighting technique with the mace and the shield. And it actually looks like a dance. You wouldn't suggest that, mace is not very elegant, probably. This is your first thoughts.
Essa
Yeah,
massa
kind
aí
of
tá,
what a
tá
lot of
bem
like
legal.
fantasy media kind of portrays the mace as this big,
Primeira, né?
heavy,
A segunda
unwieldy
parece
thing.
algo mais cerimonial.
And like as a historical martial artist, I've been firsthand receiving on the end of the reality that it is very fast. We're talking 2.5
Que
to 4
bonito é
months.
esse
Like
esse
'cause
set
you've gotta
dourado
swing
aí, é
it all
bonito.
day in a
Escudo
battle.
é
It
bonito.
can't be this big heavy thing. But they're real quick and they're not fun to get bonked by.
Not at all. Not at
Not at all. So I love seeing that paired with a shield because I think a lot of times we think of
Os
like
escudos
this
lembra
big,
muito da Valk, né?
gargantuan Sauron mace, and to see something so lithe and elegant
Yeah.
is really awesome.
Yeah, and fits her super well. And also, as you can see, this.
Tem mais?
beautiful
Caramba, bastante.
weapon, um,
E aí, pra
some
mim,
of
esse
them
aí já é
even
meio
have a
avacalhado.
story.
Esse aí eu já não acho muito legal, não.
Is there weapon lore?
There is weapon lore. Yeah.
Quando a arma
I can
começa a
hear,
perder a
Iron
cara da
Man
arma,
and
eu acho que
the
começa a
lore
ficar
community
zoada.
just being like, huh?
Tá
I'm
vendo?
listening.
Nem
So
parece
just like in
arma
Season
mais isso aí.
22, we're
Parece um
introducing,
brinquedo.
backstories for the weapons.
Parece
and so
um-
those will be available
Uma massa,
February
parece
2nd
um
on the
cetro.
website.
O escudo não parece um
Um,
escudo,
and
parece um
what I can tell
enfeite.
you right now is
Quando começa a
probably
ficar
my favorite
muito
is the
enfeitado
Lost
assim, eu
Century
tendo
set.
a não gostar
Tells
da
the
arma.
story
Eu acho
of
que a arma
three
perde cara
Afiari
de
who are trapped
arma.
behind enemy lines
Isso é
and
uma
they have to
opinião.
fight their way back home. So if you want to learn more
Minha
about
só,
Arabia,
mas-
you want to learn more about these amazing weapons, keep an eye out for when the TU drops on February 2nd.
That is awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I just love what the art team has done with these weapons, the colors, the inlays, and the armors as well, and a lot of the historical inspiration
Yeah.
that went into
Olha lá o
those.
design
Like
dela.
we're seeing right here with the patterning, the inlays,
Bem legal.
all the different textiles.
Exactly. And
Bonito
also,
primeiro,
when we
bonito
started to work
segundo.
on her, she is very light and tactical.
Ih,
so
esse
she cannot
terceiro
wear,
aí.
like, very heavy,
Esse
armor,
terceiro
right?
aí é
So
zoado,
that's
hein,
why we
mano?
gave her this light armor, but her body is fully
Esse
protected.
quarto aí é
She
zoado.
has this very nice
Zoado.
chainmail, and that enforced with
Não, as
metal,
variações são meio
plates.
feias, hein,
so
cara.
She is deadly, and be careful.
I think later we can look forward to Vanessa telling us a bit
Uma
about the
guerreira
pressing,
ágil, mas com uma massa.
function.
Mano, o
Um,
conceito desse personagem pra
But
mim
yeah, I
não tá
love the
muito.
inspiration here. I think Andre, you and I were talking the
Muito
other day
ok,
just
tá
about
ligado?
the Abbasid period and
Aí
just
usa
running kind of a little bit
armadura, mas
outside
é
of that,
muito
like 8th to
ágil.
13th
Não
century
sei, cara.
window, and just all of the inspiration
Pra mim não
from
tá,
not only that time
tá
span,
muito.
but the
Bom,
whole region
no final eu
of the
falo a minha
world.
opinião. Deixa eu
Like we
assistir
just
e ficar
basically
quieto.
went, okay, we're just going to take all this
Yoink.
time and space and
Nossa, olha esse elmo, que
into
horrível.
one hero.
There are a few historical inspirations, and so yes, that's one of them. The early Abbasid period of the 8th to 10th century, really fascinating time. You had a Muslim empire ruled over a vast territory from modern Morocco to
Falando do
Pakistan.
Império Abássida.
And people from all over this empire, they would meet, they would influence each other.
Esse
Mostly
último aí
in
eu acho mais
Baghdad,
legal.
the capital city. And so you have influences ranging from Arabian to Persian, and we really see this well represented in season 24 as well with Euphira. But it's never a one-to-one history, of course, in For Honor. We're an
Right.
alternate timeline. Yeah,
We take what we want.
yeah. And so, yeah, but the Abbasid period is definitely a major inspiration.
Falando
Yeah,
que
and just like
Império
it wasn't
Abássida
always
foi
like
a
a
principal
cozy, like, I think a lot of times we
inspiração
think of
pra
it as a
eles.
melting pot,
Ou
or
será que é um
more like
império
a
gigante que, né,
convenient
conquistou
crossroads
muitas
of
áreas,
sharing
teve
knowledge and
muitos
culture,
povos ali
sometimes
que acabaram sendo
opportunistically,
subjugados,
sometimes
então
maybe less so,
ele pegou meio que
you know, more necessity
pouco ali
driven,
dessa
and that,
inspiração
there
aí,
were
né?
conflicts in that era as well, but I love seeing that inspiration pulled into Heath more and how you guys have said, okay,
Mas
we're gonna,
nenhum,
you know, take
nenhuma
this
dessas culturas
whole
tinha
format
mulheres
and,
guerreiras,
you know,
cara,
how that
desculpa.
weaves into, you know, expanding the For Honor mythos.
Yeah.
So, and I think like we had like inspiration from like the Mamluks.
That's right. So that would be the second major inspiration, the Mamluk Sultanate. And the Mamluks, they were very fascinating soldiers, ethnically diverse soldiers who served in the armies of sultans. And some of them were even personal bodyguards to sultans, entrusted to stay in their bedchambers overnight and not murder them in their sleep.
Because when I become a king, that's what I want: is some guy watching me sleep.
Yes.
That sounds.
Some
that's
guy may
comforting.
do that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that really.
Yeah.
That's gonna make me feel safe.
Yeah. And so the Mamluks were mostly successful at that. Eventually, they branch off, they form their own sultanate, and they're very successful there, 2.5 centuries approximately. But yes, unfortunately, that splinters off. But in our timeline, the Euphira, they're the natural offshoots of the Mamluks. They do have a much more positive relationship with the Sultana than
Less-
the Mamluks did with their Sultan.
Less of the compulsory components. Like,
Yes, yes, absolutely. But yeah, that was another major inspiration.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, each of you, for joining me on this segment. A couple of reminders before we go on to the hero gameplay, Knight's Armor variation
Vamos ver,
stuff.
vamos.
We've got the hero, again, available February 2nd for a exclusivity
Vamos ver
period
a
of 2 weeks.
gameplay, né?
And so she'll be $7.99 during that period, and then 2 weeks later, she'll be available for steel. And so in addition to that, from the 2nd until the 23rd, we will have a free event pass. So you can get your battle outfit, an ornament, and a mood effects And right here we've got the Mystic Sage battle outfit.
Os-
I really like the subdued colors in that.
os
and some
trajes de
symbols. And then
batalha
you've got
aí.
your noble panache ornament on Sir Legendary here. So, you can let your friends know that you have the Riz. And then Golden Lights mood effects. I am a big fan of any mood effect that has light base. Because they
Efeitinho.
pair really well with a lot of executions. Most notably, my end them rightly pommel toss. Because I will not let the meme die. So, thank you all again for joining me on this segment. And you, Ohms, stick around because we will be right back with hero gameplay.
Vamos lá, agora vai vir a gameplay, certo? Vai trocar, vai entrar nosso querido gordão JC. E vamos ver agora essa gameplay aí, hein, galera? A parte mais importante da live. Enquanto isso, eles vão mostrar as variações de armadura dos cavaleiros. Olha aí, uma diferente pro Ordem, hein? Botou uma de placas sobrepostas ali, não parece de escama, né? Centurião feia, do gostei da do Ordem. Glad P, o BP parece que é a mesma coisa. O BP parece igual às outras, só muda a cor. Um Griffon meio barbudo ali. Nossa, Lawbringer feio, hein? Ave Maria, parece um anãozinho o Lawbringer. Conqueror também, que essa focinheira aí eu não curto. Uma PK ruiva. Nossa, PK com cara de louca. PK ruiva. E a Astria, sei lá, misturou muita coisa essa Astria. Não gostei de nenhuma, só do Guardião, eu acho. Vamos lá, Hero Gameplay agora, a parte mais importante. Não, não vai ser não. Variação de armadura de novo. Para você que não viu ainda, ver de novo as variações. PK com cara de louca.
Welcome back, Warriors. We're so happy you're here with us today, so we can dive more deeply into the Aphira and all the gameplay and awesome stuff that goes along with it. So, you saw the reveal, you saw the trailer, you heard the lore, you saw the armor. So now let's get into the nitty gritty about how she actually plays and animates, and who better to help us understand all of this than JC and Vanessa. Welcome back to the show, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows who you are, but just, in case, do you want to kind of introduce to the audience, anybody new watching, who you are, what you do
Who
here?
doesn't know GC?
I don't know.
You
but,
should know JC.
Go ahead. So I'm team lead game design. I'm responsible for the fight team in general, a lot of other things, but take care of a lot of heroes, balancing that sort of stuff.
Awesome.
Vanessa.
And I'm the team lead animation, so his counterpart in the animation team.
Yeah.
Amazing. So the fight, the animation, all the things that put the character into the game, into your hands, so you can play and enjoy. So that's awesome. I'm excited. Let's dive into this.
Yeah.
So first up, one of the first things we
Wow.
always kind of talk about is, can you give us some explanation about, what went into this character? Like, what was your inspiration, all that stuff? Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah. So as Stefan mentioned earlier, right? One of the concepts that we used for this hero was what he called, rightfully so, relentless reach, right? So relentless reach
dos
in this case does not
conceitos do
mean
personagem
a super long weapon.
o
Doesn't
alcance
mean like hitting
implacável.
super far away, but it does mean that whenever she wants to reach somebody, she will reach
She's
somebody.
going to get there.
Ou
So
seja, ela
like one
acerta
of the
quem
big
ela
pillars that we have
quer,
there. So we really try to
quando
focus
ela
around
quer,
making
mesmo
sure she's
sem
like
ter uma
super
arma
agile and
longa.
running around the battlefield. And I think that's super represented in her animations as well.
Yeah, exactly. That was really something inspiring for us because she has to be agile, but with a blunt weapon in a way. So we
Yeah.
had to make it like yeah, like she's in control of her weapon, but when she's gonna bonk you, like
Yeah.
So
she's gonna
it's
bonk
the
you.
word of the day, by the
I
way.
think
I
so,
love
yeah.
it so much.
Brian
yeah.
did that good.
If we just get bonk in the chat for everybody. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And then the other aspect we're really focusing on is something I would like to call like every stance matters. So for this hero, we're trying something a little bit different. Like sometimes, you know, you might be used to playing some heroes and like for Shinobi, for example, right? The side heavy finishers are undodgeable, the top is unblockable. We tried to go one step further with this hero. So we wanted to make sure that first of all of our finishers had like kind of different, not necessarily different properties, but like our heavy finishers have different properties definitely depending on which stance you're picking.
Oh, okay.
And her light
Ataque
finishers
finalizador.
have superior block, which we'll go into.
Tem uma
Really help you
propriedade
defend yourself
diferente.
in group fights, but be a little bit more aggressive doing it. So
Nice.
we really tried to have a lot of that picking what stance you're going to be doing kind of really matters, and having a big impact on how you play the character and what choices you make in what situations.
Nice. Well, I think it's about
Vamos ver
time we
como
show a
fica
bit
isso
of
na
that off,
prática, né?
right?
Right?
So,
Yeah.
so for visibility, you're going to see some gameplay on screen. This is JC. If you notice the other Afira, this is me as a punching bag. So I'm just here to take some hits and
Guarda
Yeah.
fixa,
So
obrigado.
we're going to start with something that I really want to highlight because it's an amazing part of this hero. It's just the way she changes her stance, right?
Yes.
So
Tem
you can look at like, you know,
diferente.
from let's say from right to top. Like Vanessa, you want to talk to us a little bit about this?
Yeah, because the stands matter a lot for this character, we really take our time at mocap to design them in a way
A
that
animação
they
da
look cool
troca
and
de
they
guarda.
flow very well. Like top to right stance, it flows so well that we were like, usually it's really linear the animation that we do, but for this character specifically, you have like, if you spam the change stance, because everybody does that, right? It kind of look cool, like top to right. It's kind of flowy. And yeah, I'm really proud of the change stance. Really,
Tô gravando animações novas.
because
E
it's
ela
not
tá
really
toda
gameplay, but
orgulhosa
it's
por causa
part of like
disso.
everybody see the stances. It's the
Ela não
the-
parece
the
boneco
starting
retardado,
point
ela
we need to
realmente
start
se
fighting,
mexe.
so
Realmente isso é
we really wanted
importante.
to design the silhouette and the
Deviam fazer
the
isso quando
stances,
encurtaram os golpes
in a
dos
good way.
I find it
personagens, né?
really, really
Tipo
sells her
Conqueror.
agility as well.
Yeah,
right? Like,
just-
Ficou
you're
toda
just right
bugada
there
a
and,
animação,
you know
poderiam
already.
refazer, né?
yeah, that's really cool. All right, so we're gonna start with what are her chains openers, right? So she has normally lights, normal.
Ataque
As you can
leve,
notice, her
normal.
lights have superior block, so that it helps you really like counter people that are attacking. And she has heavies as well.
Ataque
right?
leve
they
tem
all
superior.
always look super good. Here we have front dodge heavy. We have if you want to put yourself
yeah.
infinite life there, yeah,
I was just gonna be like, I'm about to die. No.
just so that yeah, okay.
Now we're back.
We have side dodge heavies as well, right?
Tá.
So again,
Esquiva pra
good
frente
stuff
com
there.
ataque pesado, esquiva
We
pros
also have a little
lados com
something
ataque
that's
pesado.
kind of new that we haven't really done before. We have a neutral bash that's feintable, right? So we have a bash like this. It's kind of
Bash no
slow,
neutro
but
que é
There's the bonk.
fintável.
you can feint it.
We found the bonk.
Yeah, there's a
people.
bonk here, right? So you can feint it, so it's really good and mixing up opponents from super close range, having a lot of that stuff there that's super, super interesting.
Pode ser
So
cancelado
that
no
works
board
really,
break.
really well. There's other little specific things we'll get into with that specific bash. So one of the things that's also really interesting is that her light finishers also have superior block, right? You can kind of see it on the indicator there. So again, the idea is when you're in a group fight, when you're outnumbered, in a 1v1 situation, it's not the best tool, but in a group fight, it's super interesting, right? Because there's somebody trying to peel you off, trying to do something, block them, hit your current target, super good, really, really interesting stuff.
Light
But then,
finalizador
when you
com
look at her
superior
heavies,
block.
so her right stance heavy is unblockable. Her top stance heavy
Finalizador
is undodgeable.
Pra
And her
direita,
left stance heavy displaces. So if we go,
displace é o que empurra.
you can see that it. We're gonna do it a little bit more.
look
Yeah,
Pra
so
is-
it-
ó, o
it's gonna
o
wall splat here,
finalizador
right?
do
And
lado
get
esquerdo
top heavy off,
empurra
and
o
get
cara,
different
tipo
things
a
off. So,
marreta do
Again, we
Yomungander.
really want her to have like that choice here where
Por cima
get
é
that built-in
perseguidor
mix-up
e
of
pela
I'm
direita é
doing
imbloqueável.
unblockable, doing undodgeable. She also has a bash in her chain that you can do after any opener. This super beautiful looking kick. You can do it
Depois de
after
qualquer
all.
golpe, ela tem um
Like,
chutinho.
so
O
that's super
chute
cool
e o
there
bash
as well. You
garante o
get
quê?
a lot of those
Garante um
mix-ups,
light,
all of
né?
that stuff is really built in. But then you're gonna look at me, you're gonna say, you know what? This is just like a two-hit chain hero.
Yeah.
Kinda-
JC, when I look at this, I just see a 2-hit chain here.
yeah, right.
What's up with that?
That's kind of weird, right?
A little bit.
So
No.
what she can do is that after every single attack in her recovery, similar to what we have with some other heroes, you can do a recovery cancel.
Ooh, okay.
It's not a regular
Começou.
dodge cancel, right? It's a flip that she does.
Tem
But
backflip
you
do
can-
Shinobi.
See, right now, and what's cool is that I'm doing it like just pressing dodge, right? But you can also do it sideways. And you can do it front as well,
Oh no.
right? So just
That's exactly what I saw when
Oh,
GC's like, oh, let's have movement, and that's because
Yeah.
the first time we did those transitions,
Yeah.
it was really cool to do. We did the back 1st, and it looked amazing, and we were like, I think at that time we like, oh, we should do it like on different side, because that when we do play session and
Yeah.
we play, and we're like, oh, I wish I can do it on the side as well. So we start allowing it to do it, but the backflip was sliding, so we went back to mocap. I'm like, GC, stop hiding stuff.
Cara, a animação
But it
parece tá
looks so
legal.
cool, and it's so fun to do it.
A
as well.
questão
Like,
é
when you
quantos
do it, it's
iframes,
just
como que vai
so
funcionar
satisfying.
yeah,
isso,
it's
né?
super
Yeah,
satisfying.
yeah,
Yeah.
And so out of this backflip, here you have a knee here, like a little bash that goes pretty quick, goes pretty
Shinobi
far.
feelings.
Works really, really well. You can also do it off of a side one if you want. You can do it off of a front one. You can do it at any point you want here. So that's super interesting as well. What's cool with this is that, really using a lot of stuff in like target swapping, deciding what direction you're going to go in when you flip, when you do things, really, really helps her move around the battlefield. And that works really, really well. The next thing I want to really highlight is after any single one of her bashes, so if they are like kick or knee based bashes, so after this one or after this one, you get a guaranteed light or a guaranteed heavy finisher that keeps the properties that we have when you're doing
Tá.
them normally.
Depois
right?
de todo o
So if
bash,
I go,
ou você dá um light
it might sound
garantido,
a bit
ou você
weird
pode
to go
tentar
like this and
dar
go
um
on this
heavy
unblockable,
que não é garantido.
but still,
Mas tem a
it works
propriedade
really well, and
finalizadora.
it works here as well, right? I can do top, I can go this one that displaces again, and whenever it's off of shield-based bashes, it's the same logic here, right?
Okay.
And what's
A
really
mesma
interesting
lógica
here
pro
is,
shield bash.
I don't know if you've noticed, and Vanessa can talk about this, right? When I'm doing your heavy finishers normally, they look like this. If I do them after kick, they look completely different, even though they have the same properties. And if I do them after a bash, they also look different,
Yes.
right? So you want to walk us through this?
Yeah, because we designed them to be like you have your shield more in your presence as well. Like when we design, and we wanted to have like variety of animation in. Just to like let you like guide you through the chain that you want to do. So and for this character specifically, like the shield, yes, she has a shield. She's not the first one to have a shield, but technically the shield is a weapon.
Yeah.
And like in how it's made, it's used as a weapon. So that's why when you bash and maybe do something else with it, but
Yeah.
the shield is really like a part, like really part of
Esses
the
heavies finalizadores,
and I
depois
like
o
design
bash,
the
eles
hook.
mantêm a
the
propriedade,
little hooks,
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah.
mas
And we use it in
parece
this
que
stance
eles
as well.
dão
Like,
menos
we-
Yeah, if
dano,
you switch
né?
from that side to the other side,
Finalizador
there,
dá
you see that kind of
28.
pushes the mace out.
Depois o
Yeah, as
bash,
soon as we
eles dá
saw it in the
18, eu
design,
acho,
at
se eu
first we're
vi
like, oh my God, we're
direito.
gonna use that in the guard break and like all
Yeah,
those
and all
kind of
that
move.
stuff.
We're gonna use it. So we evolve, like the whole team evolve and adapt. It was really fun to do.
Yeah,
Because there's even something about that in the guard break itself too, right? Where-
yeah. When you guard
Yeah,
break, she kind of punches with
Yeah.
the shield.
I love that animation.
It's a late to your
Yeah.
face to
Yeah,
do
Wait.
some damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
it
she
look-
gets it right in the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
it looks
Cool.
super cool.
Nice.
She also has a regular, pretty fast zone attack from neutral.
Zone
That
no
also counts
neutro.
as an opener. So you can kicks afterwards. You can flip afterwards if you want.
Yeah.
She has a running attack.
Ataque em corrida.
Again, counts as an
Mesma
opener.
coisa,
So
dá
kind
20
of everything kind of
dano.
counts as an opener. That works really, really well, and that's cool. I think like even her like the way she runs.
Corre
looks
esquisita, né?
Super interesting here. Like I really like.
Meio
the way that
travada,
works.
meio.
And then there's another little trick. I'm gonna show people, right?
Go, okay.
So, you know, like I was talking about relentless reach.
Right. Like
Right.
I'm so far away, right?
super far.
You can't.
I
You
can't
can't
hit
get.
you, right? Like, I'm
you
gonna
can't
try to
get.
do, like,
Ver o
hit you
super
with my
alcance que eles
right hand.
falaram.
Right.
Safe.
But wait, if I try to do that neutral bash, this is what happens.
Oh, yeah.
He runs towards her opponent and then hits them with her shield, right? So this is super cool. That's what we
Ah,
mean by relentless
interessante,
reach,
cara.
that she can really run towards her opponent.
Porque não é tão
Even while you're
rápido,
running, you can
né?
move around a little bit. So if your opponents are on a corner, you can
É um
kinda
negócio que vai
curve around the
pegar
corner.
se o cara estiver
Have that good stuff
fugindo,
going.
mas não é mega
So-
rápido, né?
Oh yeah, it's super cool. You can feint that run at any point during the run, so you can crazy if you want. You can also cancel it with a flip, so you can go like this, whoop, or go a little bit further out. Yeah, there we go. You cancel with a flip. I can cancel with like a side flip if I want to. I can do like whatever I'd like here. So it's interesting to really have like that sort of control here and really go into running and what I want to do, what's going to happen. And we wanted to give her options when she's running so that if there's opponents nearby that try to hit you out of it, you can anticipate it, do a flip, try to avoid them, a feint block, do whatever you'd like. That works super, super well. It's very, very cool there. And I think her run, like it's a bit similar to, like, you know, we have Orochi that runs like this a little bit, but it looks so different, and the outcome is really strong.
Yeah, because she's looking at you, and she has her shield like in front, because she's still like she's
eu quero
technical,
ver
like,
o
it's
outro
part of her
fazendo,
character,
né,
so
pra
she's,
gente ver
like,
como que é
she
ele
knows
correndo
where
na sua
she's going,
direção.
and like
Yeah.
don't let her reach you, because
It's a doom train coming
Yeah.
your way right there. So yeah.
She also has superior block dodges, so you can see the shield flashing here on
Oh,
the top. And then you want to do me a
Sure.
top attack?
I would do that.
Superior block nas skills.
Right, do it again.
Ah,
And so when you hit guard break, when you successfully block with this, you get a shield bash.
she bonked me again. So many bonks.
That leads to those heavy finishers that are faster as well. It comes from a shield, so you get the shield variant of those attacks
exactly,
as well.
yeah.
Wow.
So we really want to have like that, a lot of cohesion there, and have that aspect really, really like shine through, and have this. So that's really, really cool. You want to show a couple of emotes, maybe?
I mean, sure, if we want to do a little handstand there. That's honestly my favorite one. Yeah. I'm glad I got this character.
Yeah. It looks really
Just
amazing.
styling.
That's right. She's showing off her skill, right?
Yeah.
Now Vanessa, from an animation standpoint and mocap, like did you actually had the mocap actor
Yeah, you
doing
did that.
handstands?
I mean, we might have cheated a little bit and hold him in place, to be honest. But I mean,
You know, we do what we can.
but with her, I mean, she's flipping a lot. So the guys has to do flipping for like 8 hours stuff.
Yeah, at some point.
It's pretty tiring just to look at them. So I don't even like imagine like just doing them, you know. So
Seems exhausting.
Yeah, we have a little flip of the mace here.
yeah, showing off.
Foi aqueles que
Different.
pegaram pra falar de animação
Celestial
e
Sphere,
gameplay
that's really
junto.
cool.
Acho que
Got
deviam
some spam
separar
here.
isso,
I like it.
cara.
Yeah.
Actually,
Gameplay foca nos
when we do the
golpes, né?
animation,
E a animação
we
fala
look at
numa
the
hora
spam,
separada.
look at
Yeah,
how
we
they-
really do, yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to make them like.
Né, tá meio que quebrando a ideia da gameplay aí, mas
but
tá
when
bom.
they do, it's pretty
A mulher tá falando captura de
Yes,
movimento.
just so you know, chat, like we do consider
Ter captura
emote
de
spam
movimento,
in
né?
the
Que você
creation
falar que, ó,
of new
Complete.
emotes.
não
love
estão
those videos, I love
reaproveitando mais, né?
Yeah, and so we went to mocap
Movements.
with this. A lot of new animations, a lot of
Yes.
variety. I really, really like the way that she's fluid, how she moves, how she, like, you know, their stances, the attacks look really, really cool.
Because she has a lot of attack, but it means a lot of transition as well.
Yeah.
And this is always the not the bane of my existence, but every time JC came to my desk and like, yeah, we might want to add something or change something. I'm like, oh my god, all those transitions that we have to do. So,
Yeah.
but we adapt and we try to find the
Yeah,
best.
we
like,
do what we gotta do. But
yeah, exactly.
Bom,
then
eu
I
acho
go
que eu
see
já
and go,
entendi o
this needs to be
personagem.
400 MS.
Oh
and
my
it was
god.
6.
Oh my god, yes.
Tem mais
We'll see
coisa,
later
né?
with the feet, but yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go have a quick look at the feats. Vanessa, you want to talk to us a
Ver os
little bit more
talentos
about like
Do you
dele
want to
agora.
do execution right now?
We're gonna do
or-
execution.
De gameplay,
Oh,
cara, não é
So,
tão
if you wanna just, like,
complicado.
talk a
Talvez
little
no
bit about more, like,
tutorial
the
eu
process
fale
that you
melhor
guys
pra
have
vocês,
for,
tá?
Yes.
From when we're doing mocap and,
Por
like,
sinal, galera,
designing for the
tutorial,
anime.
Yeah,
como
exactly.
sempre,
So the
vocês
first time
encontram
we
no
go
meu
to
canal
mocap, 'cause
antes do
we go to
lançamento do
mocap often
personagem, tá?
Like to adapt to the design.
Aí eu
of
vou
because it
explicar
evolves,
tudo aí,
obviously.
resumido
And
pra
we,
vocês.
the first time we go, we do navigation first, really to show the personality of a character. We always do them, the navigation, because it represents the core personality. Like with the idol breaker, when you wait a little bit longer, you're gonna see her like personality show through. And yeah, so we do like basic, like opener, finisher, like those basic attack. Because at
Nossa,
that
mano, esse
point, it's
JC
so
tá com
early in the
problema de saúde
process
grave, velho.
that sometimes it's not even fleshed out yet.
Cara,
how
parece
like it's
uma
gonna evolve, like
geleia
the
dos
transition, like we were saying,
caça-fantasma,
like
mano. Coitado,
she's gonna
velho.
move that way or that way. So we have to go back to adapt and adjust the timing and all the transition and everything. So obviously all the execution for every character, it's
For
always
sure,
like
yeah.
that. But execution, emote, podium, it's all
Yeah,
mocap.
yeah.
And yeah, but we have to think in advance, like with all the concept. We give the concept to the mocap actors so they feel inspired. Give them a little backstory as well. So
Yeah.
I'll get into it.
Our mocap guys are absolutely
good.
amazing.
Ó, legal saber que estão
Yeah,
envolvendo.
and if you and again, like
captura
I've
de
seen the list,
movimentos,
people.
né?
Like I've seen the list of animations, like everything they have
Yeah,
to like
I
they
know.
go through. It's insane. The amount,
Yeah.
the amount those poor actors like just running for hours.
yeah, when they do the run, because the run is pretty low, and
Yeah.
we I
Oh
think
yeah,
we
that
did
was
some,
rough. Yeah.
we did some take when he was just lying on the like he was leaning on a like couch thingy, and he was just trying to run because she's so low. Then it's hard to mocap. So obviously, the animators, as soon as they get the data, they can adjust it to make it like natural in a way and to make it feel good. And there's a lot of camera work as well that we have to adjust to.
Eles estão falando do
just to make it
processo
feel
de
good
captura
as
de
well.
movimentos, tá, galera? Por isso que eu não,
All right, so let's have a quick
tô
look at
nem
feats.
traduzindo. Vamos lá pros feats, finalmente.
So just to note, feed cooldowns, we're in Dominion. The feed cooldowns are set to fast. So don't rely on this for feed cooldowns. But that's what it is. So we have 4 feats, right, on Afira. The
4
first one
feats exclusivos.
is a nice little kick like this, grabs and throws, right? This is 500 MS
Que diabo
from
foi isso?
neutral. Not a lot of range, but still very, very, very strong. Really hard to react to. And it looks
400 ms
absolutely
praticamente
amazing. I don't know if you
reagir.
wanna-
I'll do it.
Ela
I'll
dá
do it.
uma
I'll do it. Yeah. Hi-ya.
Right?
chave
So,
de
I love
a lot of what we
It,
see.
it
Poxa,
was
né?
so
Pra não
impressive
falar
to see
outra
that
coisa.
live, like
Oh, yeah.
like
Dá
the
20 de dano.
our actor did that for like in front of us,
Yeah.
and we were like,
Just straight up.
okay, cut. I think we got it. It was so cool to. And I think it's just really amazing to do. But obviously they don't do it. And how many MS it is?
It's 500
Beat
MS.
virou
It's
golpe,
very,
é
very
isso.
fast.
They don't do it in 500 MS. They do it like they don't want to hurt themselves, obviously. So
Obviously,
that's when we
dá um
like have
brau.
to adjust it and to make it like readable and understandable. It has to fit with like the characters. So yeah,
And we're
it's so
like,
cool.
a lot of
Parece
people
que
on
é
the
tipo uma
dev team are, like, big
tesoura,
fans of
né?
wrestling and
Parece
stuff,
que é uma
and we're really trying to
tesoura.
get a little bit of that agility
How
there,
did you
right?
know that? I mean,
I don't know.
yes, yes.
Right? But
fine.
it's I find it super interesting that we have like a lot more agility in what she's doing,
Yeah.
her moves, and it like I'll do it again on Nolan. Just grab it.
But it reflects the character. She's agile and she's
Foi
really
assim que
tactical.
o
She
Ryo
knows exactly where to
Shonan
put her body to
finalizou o Anderson
to,
Silva, galera.
to just, like, flip her.
So feat 2 is
Vocês pesquisam
a
no
defensive
YouTube
feat.
aí.
So feat 2 is whenever you land a bash, you gain a defense buff for a few seconds. So you can see on the shoulders here how it lasts. So you get a little bit of defense. So again, she lands a lot of bashes. A lot of her
O
kick
segundo,
is centered around
Quantos
bashes.
por cento?
So we want to
O-
make sure to give her
Você
like
dá
a
um
bit
bash
more
e
reward,
você ganha
when she does,
buff
when
de
she does
defesa.
perform her bashes, and it gives her a bit more safety in group fights as well. So that's
Quantos por cento?
And I noticed the green glow also came off of the first feat too. So,
yeah,
so that
exactly
counts.
right.
That
So,
also
so,
counts.
so feat 1 counts as a bash. Feat 3 also counts as a bash.
Oh.
Now. So feat 3, I'm gonna do it from far away because we can do it a little bit from further away.
Terceiro
So feat 3
feat.
is another part of our relentless reach aspect. So when you pop it, you run towards your opponent, kick them, throw them to the floor, and then you get a guaranteed heavy effort. I didn't land it, obviously, because
Quanto de dano? 30 de dano?
but that's the whole
cara
point
não
here,
tá
right? So, and then
regenerando.
when she does it too, Nolan's gonna be able to do
I
it for
will,
me.
I will
And
do
have
I'm
a
gonna
look at
mash
her.
heavy, I'm gonna
Yeah,
mash
and
heavy.
do her. Look at her guard indicators. You see that she had full block during the entire duration of that run. And so when you're point blank, you can actually react to some attacks with it, block them as you're doing the feat, and grab your opponent and do that. It's really, really good. It should be good for ganking setups.
E garante um
You can
heavy,
do a
dá
lot of different things
46
with
de
it, so it's
dano.
super, super interesting here.
The fun story with that one was we did the first feed first, like
Yeah.
a mocap.
Oh yeah.
Put it in a game, tried it, and we're like, oh my god, that's so cool. That looks so cool. And I think it was you or Stefan. I don't remember. Like, oh, can we do another one? I'm like, okay, let's go back to mocap. Let's do another one. And we did another one. Like one of them, I think moved forward, the other one moved back.
Yeah.
The
So
opponent.
when one of them hits, like you
Displacement, yeah.
push your opponent backwards from you, and then the other one keeps your opponent in front of you. So really, I have that kind of like change there.
And I think it was that. I think it's the third one that at first was. I think the data was like 3,000 ms.
Oh, yeah,
something really
it's
long.
slow.
Because
Took a little
it's
bit,
kind of long
yeah.
to do, and
Pra um
Jesus was like,
terceiro
"Mm,
feat é a
it has
mesma
to be
coisa
like-"
de uma
I
flechada,
think at first it
galera.
was like super fast. and I'm
30
like,
de dano e acho que
"You see,
garante o
give me a
heavy. Não
little
tenho
bit of
certeza.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of a thing, but
Because it's so hard, and it's always like it's part of our job really to make it work. It has to look good, but it has to make sense in gameplay as well. Because we deserve like.
Eu
we
não tenho
deserve
certeza se garante o heavy, não.
Deserving
viu?
gameplay through the animation. It
Yeah.
has to make sense. Has to be balanced as well.
Yeah.
So it's really like support each other.
É que eles,
and-
convenhamos que eles não estão explicando
Okay,
de
and then
forma
I'm gonna
muito
show off the
objetiva,
last
né? Eles
feat,
estão
which is
misturando
feat 4.
muito as
We
conversas.
can't show it off
To its full
to
extent.
its full extent.
Yeah.
But basically, she throws her shield. When it hits the opponent, leaves them with a defense debuff, as you can see right now. The trick with this is that it deals damage, debuffs defense, and it bounces around targets. Kind of like similar to what Pirate
tá, o
has
quarto
with her
feat.
At the ricochet.
Yeah,
Dá,
the
tipo,
ricochet, right?
nossa,
So
muito
it kind of
pouco
bounces
dano,
around,
cara.
debuffs everybody hits, deals damage to everybody hits.
Dá debuff,
Super
tipo,
cool
escudo,
looking,
tipo,
everybody
deve
liked that. I think that was the first feat that we
ricochetear
had
todo
it, and we're like,
mundo,
yeah,
igual
guaranteed
o
this is it.
tiro
Oh,
do
yeah.
pirata.
Like, it
Dá um
I think it's in the
debuff
trailer.
e
I'm
muito
throw it
pouco
in.
dano,
Yeah.
velho.
Yeah.
It's like,
30 de dano.
like an awesome
Super,
discus.
super cool.
It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Dá 30 de dano. Tá bom,
So,
vamos usar o
right,
frasco
that's it
que
for
dá
feats.
morte
Let's
instantânea
look
pra
at
todo
execution.
mundo.
Right, so I'm gonna gently kill Nolan here.
You're gonna thank you for gently killing. I appreciate
Right.
that. I love that you're thinking of me.
Yeah. So we have this execution here.
Execução.
Again,
Wow.
showing off the agility there super,
You know what
super
she's
well.
doing, right?
Yeah.
I'll wake up. It's okay, and I'm okay.
All right, you're okay.
And I'm okay.
Special developer powers.
Aw.
All right, so I'm gonna
Do the other one.
the other one.
Oh, so many bonks.
Legal.
So many bombs.
Gostei. Bonita
Right,
também
so
a
again,
execução. Duas
Like
execuções
really showing
bem
off a
boas.
lot of this agility.
Yeah.
I think I have the other ones equipped up for me as well. I'm not
Yeah, I think you have all of them.
Olha
should have
esse
all of them.
finalizador que joga. Deve dar um wall splat e garantir mais um heavy tranquilamente.
Oh, this one's cool.
Oh, so good.
Então o
lot of inspiration.
Using the shield.
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
it. Like
yeah.
Rain really using the shield to control your opponent.
It's so cohesive.
Yeah.
Meteu logo uma
Finally.
plata na bichinha.
There. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It happens. It's live, you know. This is what happens.
Damn.
Oh, look at you combo.
You're
You're
showing
swagging on
off,
me.
Casey, you're
You're
showing
swagging on me. Nice.
Right. So
Legal.
Oh, and she
We-
kicks it up. She
yeah,
kicks
she
it up.
kicks
and-
it up. Like just that little part there. Like
Legal
it's
as
amazing.
Flipping
execuções
over your
legais.
body.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Coreografadas.
So that's pretty much
tal.
it in terms of fight kit and feats, emotes, executions, all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, I think Nolan,
I-
we're gonna talk about.
Well, I just wanted to keep playing. I'm sorry. I'll set the controller down now. I'm just trying to. I love
Yeah.
the handstand. So fun. Wow. Yeah. No. Sorry. One more week.
Bastante
One more
coisa,
week.
né?
It's fun to play when, because I'm not as good as GC when I play the game, but it's fun to play when you're like not as good, but you feel really good because she has so much option. Even
Yeah.
if it's simple, it has
Yeah.
a lot of option. And when you're really good, it's the best comment we got during a play session was, "I die, but it was really cool."
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yes, cool.
Yeah, you-
that's-
That
And I
doesn't
think-
happen often.
Right. Yeah. And I think you get the sense like with all of that, like you could.
Tão
you could put that
lindinha,
whole
né?
kit
Mas deixa o
together
Gordão falar de
in so
gameplay
many
aí pra
different
nós,
ways,
vai.
right? Yeah. So that's.
I love that.
cool.
That's it. You really can afford to be creative, and nobody plays a Fira the same.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it when we were playing. Some people really do like a lot of flips. Some people do a little bit less, and then like they try to do like side flips. Some people like try to focus on I'm gonna hit this person, target swap, flip into that towards
Yep.
that person, do other things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of that like personality that can shine
Tem que
through as a
testar
player.
essa fluidez,
yeah,
né?
it's easy
Dessas
after that, you know, like,
cambalhotas dela e ver
this
como
person,
isso vai.
they're using the shield a lot, so
Yeah.
it's easy to
Yeah.
kind of know in which way they
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, even though she's like got the super unique move kit stuff, for people out there who are already playing For Honor, like what is there like a close parallel that maybe you could
Paralelo
equate
com
her
algum
to
personagem,
So,
vamos
people
ver.
are wondering?
I think like as we've seen a bit, there's there's the running, there's those stances. I think if you play Shinobi already,
sabia, Shinobi.
she's kind of a natural fit. Like she has similar
Meu
tools in terms
Deus.
of like the flip. Like Shinobi can flip, obviously.
Mhm.
Like has different types of mix-ups, but it's really the idea is if you play Shinobi, you should be right at home. If you play Orochi with the running or Shaman with the running, you're right at home. You know how to use these tools already. They're just more accessible with her.
Mhm.
And they're also a little bit different, but you can get into that. And so we really wanted to have like that kind of feeling of, well, there's some of the more agile heroes that we have. How do we translate this into a shield hero that does not have a traditional full block stance, right? Usually when we have shield heroes, except for Gladiator, because it's a really, really tiny shield, they have like big block stances, right? And so even though she does have a shield, we wanted that shield to be part of her move set and not necessarily like a big defensive shield, right? So that's like
Yeah.
that's a big part here for that. So I think like at least Shinobi, Orochi, Shaman, these types of more agile heroes fit really, really well with her. And then if you use her Orochi as well, dodge cancel, that sort of stuff, so it works really, really well.
Cool. And how do you see her like her fitting into like the team comp for like competitive play or
Yeah.
if it's just online?
So
Like, where do you see that?
What's interesting is that she has a lot of tools to stall with her flips. She has a lot of tools to deal a lot of damage in 1v1 with with like hitting and wall sliding people.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of those things where it's like she fits, I think, into team competitions where if you want to have somebody that's going to be good at stalling a point, somebody that's going to be good at doing 1v1s, a little bit good in group fights, having that aspect there of being able to, well, she's kind of well-rounded in those aspects. So, and it's a big part of the meta right now. It's stalling, doing like really keeping a point, making sure that you can keep somebody on a point and have them stall there while their teammates come to
Right,
help them
right.
when a bunch of people come.
É um disabler,
lot of
né?
that stuff
Fazer a
there.
mesma função
And
de
she's also an
Shaolin.
excellent ganker with her feats. Like those feats that, keep you pinned for a long time, flip you around, that sort of stuff. You have an ally nearby to get a free heavy all the time.
Yeah.
Super
yeah.
good there.
That's awesome.
Ele acha legal isso.
Very cool. And I
Que
mean,
gordo
do you have any
desgraçado.
other tips maybe for players?
O
coming in
personagem
next
fica te
week, when
batendo,
they-
você fica
when they
parado
first
sem
get their hands
fazer
on
nada.
here? Like,
Super
what
legal,
tips do you
cara.
wanna,
Yeah. So,
impart on them?
I think one of the things I'd like to say is like she has all those dodge cancels, right? But they're not regular dodge cancels. They go into like something really unique and specific, and a lot of that can make you predictable. And that's the big thing here is that we don't like if you're playing with Aphira quite a bit and you start to do that all the time against people, you start to become predictable. And because you become predictable, you become a lot easier to beat. So I would say really focus on that, the fact that she has a lot of different options to force your opponents to make reads on you. We're really pushing the game into a more like we want players to read
É,
their opponents
isso que ele
more,
tá falando agora é muito
which is
importante,
different from
cara.
guessing. But the big thing is that
Eu acho que isso vai fazer a diferença no personagem ser bom ou não. É se ele ficar absurdamente safe enquanto ele fica cancelando o recover, igual tem alguns no jogo, né? Ele fica absurdamente safe, você só fica spamando o cancelamento de recover, ou você vai ter essas ferramentas para enganar o seu oponente. Agora, se você for previsível, ele vai te punir, né? Essa é a questão.
Cute things that we didn't go into
Okay.
that I'd rather players find that out more organically and
Right,
like, a lot more,
we can't just tell you all of this.
Exactly,
Sorry,
right?
you got to
There's-
discover it for
there's something-
yourselves.
There's
yeah.
no more moves, but there might be
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like, I wasn't expecting this and that.
Gotcha.
So I would say
Esse
really
lance
go
de pinar um
explore,
personagem
try
pra
to
ficar
see
apanhando
and develop your own
infinitamente,
play
cara, isso é
style.
ruim, isso não é bom pro jogo,
And
sabe?
start to learn
Esse
running.
cancelamento
Start to learn.
excessivo
Yeah.
de
Okay,
recover,
so
personagem
yeah.
extremamente
Oh,
safe, é
yeah.
ruim pro
Well,
jogo.
Well, I was gonna
isso
say,
não é
like,
bom.
what can I do to defend against Aphira? Because
Ah,
I
essa é a
can't
minha
run away
opinião.
now. 'Cause she's gonna chase me.
right? So you have to face her head on
Mhm.
All right, all right.
and do correct reads. That's
Do correct. Well, I'm in trouble then. That's for sure. Okay. Well, very cool. Well, thank you so much to both of you for coming here and sharing with everybody here. The first gameplay look at Aphira, going over the animations. Is there anything you want to kind of say, like to
well.
community? out there?
First, I want to thank Francis, who's probably watching from home right now. He's on a well-deserved vacation. Who worked super hard on this hero. The entire fight team always works on every single hero, right? We're all doing this as a big
Yeah,
group,
yeah.
along with Vanessa's team on animation. But Francis was responsible for this hero, and like props to him. Like, she is amazing, super fun to play, really, really good job. And then Vanessa's team did
Ye-
an absolutely crazy job on this hero. Like
Yeah.
we're all super proud of it. We have audio with Carl that also like she sounds amazing too. Like it's not super obvious. We're just playing now doing stuff, but as we play her, you'll see that she's like everything sounds great.
It's really a team effort. Like,
Yeah, it's a massive
all
team
across the
effort.
board.
Congrats to the entire team. We all did amazing. And
Yeah, I want to congrats the animators that work on it, like
Bom, eles estão
Ricardo,
agradecendo a
Howard, and,
equipe, falando
Kevin.
que estão
Same, we're a bunch
felizes,
of
blá, blá, blá,
animators
blá,
as well,
blá.
and we help each other, like debugging at the end and wrapping up everything. But congrats! It's so cool to see like her fleshed out, like, and everybody's working together. It's pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Really, really proud.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. That's amazing for real. And yeah, big shout outs again just to everybody who worked so hard to bring her to life. And thank you both so much for coming and showing off all this amazing stuff for the team here. So we're gonna have to transition, but stick around because you're gonna get some more screen time with JC,
Vai.
who's gonna go over all the patch notes for his
Tem
24
patch notes aí,
yeah, so we look forward to that, and we'll see you soon. So don't go
massivo,
anywhere.
patch notes grandão. Vai tomar bastante tempo aqui da live. O patch notes é muito importante porque o patch notes ele vai trazer ajustes, né, para todos os personagens. Então, vamos lá, mais uma parte que a gente aí precisa prestar bastante atenção. Eu sei que o pessoal só quer ver bonequinho novo, mas o Patch Notes pode mudar aquilo que você gosta no seu personagem favorito. Aí são as variações de armadura para os Vikings. O que ele falou ali é algo que eu falo bastante também, né, nas lives, tudo. É que eu sempre creio que um personagem tem que ter muitas opções ofensivas a ponto de você não ficar dando option select. Tipo, depois que o cara dá um golpe, você dá um light, que aí você interrompe tudo que ele faz. Não, eu acho que um personagem tem que ter várias opções para fazer o mix-up dele com a maior variedade possível de golpes. Porém, se você fizer o read e conseguir...
Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined.
Voltou
once
já.
again by
Foi rápido
Mr.
agora.
JC Frenet.
O que eu quero dizer é que se você fizer o
Or
read,
rather, I'm
você tem
joining
que
you 'cause
punir
you
o
were here
cara.
last second.
Que não
I haven't moved
acontece
much, so that's
atualmente
okay.
no jogo.
We
Em alguns
got Patch Notes
personagens.
coming live on February 2nd. But I think we have one thing to talk about before we dive into the notes. Wasn't there a testing grounds, a ground of testing?
Yeah, ground of testing, right?
Testing
so,
grounds, vamos
So there's
lá.
two things, right? First, we
Jormungandr,
completed
todo
the
mundo quer
Jormungandr
saber.
testing grounds not that long ago. Went extremely well. We're super happy with the results. We'll have more details to share.
Ficaram felizes com o resultado do Jormungandr? Sério mesmo?
But really, the idea is like it went well. We got a lot of feedback, and we were able to act on a lot of that feedback. So I think we're gonna have a really, really good rework. We're all super proud of it. So that was amazing.
And thank you, real quick, to everyone who responded to the Testing Grounds survey, who
Yeah.
gave us feedback on the subreddit. It was really appreciated. So thank you.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
that's amazing. Honestly, like my wife got mad at me because I was on Reddit too much. But I
Ficaram
mean, this is what
felizes,
happens.
né? Espero que
but
a
it went
gente
well.
também
Yeah,
fique
she's
com o
doing-
rework, né? Que eu acho meio
That's
We
amazing.
difícil.
have plans today.
Tenho muito,
Yeah.
ficado muito feliz com o
Reddit.
rework, não. Se bem que o da Valk,
This Reddit
o
feedback I
do
gotta
Shaolin
read.
foi bem bom.
Yeah. And so the other thing I want to talk about is the dodge attack improvements testing
Dodge
grounds,
ataque, e aí?
that we did a little while ago. So we wanted to take a bit more time into
lógico.
bringing that live, parsing through a lot of the feedback that we got. I know a lot of people liked it. We know some people, like there was some aspects that they liked, some aspects they didn't like. We got a lot of really constructive feedback, so that's great. We're taking our time a little bit, but it's going to be coming soon. The changes are going to be coming soon.
O
So-
testing grounds
And that was
dos
an
Dodge
interesting
ataques,
pile of
então...
feedback to dive into.
Yeah.
'Cause on
Nada
the
por
surface, it
enquanto.
was like, and then when we dug into it, it was like, well, I like 80% of it, but there's like 20% that is freaking
Exactly.
me out a little
Yeah.
bit. So we really wanted to dig into that and thoroughly understand where you guys are coming from. So
Yeah, and the more nuance we get in that type of feedback, the better it is for us because we can really act on specific things and not just go blanket. I don't like this or I like this, right? So
yeah.
that's always really good to have.
All right. I think that's it. We can dump into the
Yeah.
notes of the
Go to
patch.
notes, right? Yeah. All right.
Vamos lá,
So
patch notes.
we have hero improvements as usual. Right? We're
Buff
been
de
doing this,
personagens.
for a while, so that's pretty good.
I just want to see the slate. It was
Want to see
the-
this thing? Yeah. Right.
Quem
Okay.
precisa de
So we're
buff?
going to start with
Opa.
defensive stance abilities. So by that I mean abilities that you perform while you're holding down on the right stick on your controller,
Ou
or hold down with
blocos
the
em
mouse
geral,
if you
tá?
want,
Defense
or whatever
stance.
you go there. So for Conqueror, Blackbriar, Valkyrie, Warlord, Kyoshin, and Nobushi, Nobushi doesn't really have like she has that sort of
No
input,
Nobushi
but
quer
it's not
dizer
really as
a
defensive.
Hidden.
But for
Ah.
the people for the heroes that actually have that block there, those abilities no longer pause stamina regeneration when you hold them.
Não
So you
pausa
regen your
mais
stamina while
a
you're in that block
regeneração
stance.
de estamina por entrar no
It no
full
longer
block
costs
ou na
stamina when
Hidden
you
ou
block
na
attacks.
stance do Kyoshin
Spaniard
ou
is
qualquer
gonna be
uma.
mad at me.
Certo?
That's how he calculates how much like the hit reactions of attack.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be.
Well, he's going to
I'm
have
sorry.
to find a new methodology.
Exactly, right?
Não mais
We love the
custa
guy.
estamina
So yeah, so
defender
that,
golpes.
We removed the stamina cost to block
Quando você
attacks.
põe o full block,
specifically
os caras
because,
ficam
again,
batendo,
we
não
really
custa
wanna
mais
flow
estamina,
towards,
não pausa mais sua
uh,
regeneração de
like
estamina
not being stamina
e
starved
não
all the
ganha
time, especially
vingança
those abilities.
reduzida a mais, ou
I
seja,
know I've
um
heard comments
buff
from people like, well, I'm
gigante para
just gonna
todos
stay in
os
there all
full
the time.
blocks.
That's
Certo?
not useful at all.
Ou seja, ficou sem estamina? Olha, tá com pouca estamina, puxa full block. Só tem o risco do cara te dar um guard break.
And then the
Fora
last
isso,
thing that
safe.
very few people knew about was that whenever you used to block attacks in those stances, you got less revenge, right? And so that might
É
be
isso.
part of
O
why
resumo é o que eu
sometimes,
falei
like,
pra
why didn't I
vocês,
get
tá?
revenge there?
Ele tá
Well, that's
explicando
'cause you were using
pausado,
that
mas o
full block.
resumo é isso que eu
But we've
falei.
removed that aspect, so now you get the normal amount of revenge. Should help you survive better in group fights, be able to use those abilities quite a bit more. So that should be really, really useful.
Oh, nice. So I can.
O Aramusha não
defeat
tá
even more
incluso
revenge.
aqui não, velho. Onde você viu o Aramusha?
That's how it works.
Tem Aramusha.
And then for Nobushi specifically, so hidden stance no longer pauses stamina regeneration when you
É
hold
nos
it.
full
Again,
blocks,
you can go
né?
into a hidden stance.
Que é as
Your stamina
stance.
back. She only
Conqueror,
dodges really when you
PP,
start it up.
Valk,
So she can
Warlord,
stay in that stance, but
Kyoshin,
at
que é
least she's not
diferente que
gonna
a
be
KZ.
against stamina
E
starved
Nobushi é
while she's in
hidden.
there,
É isso.
and not having to
Então,
really have a look at her
essas
stamina.
posturas não pausam mais sua regeneração de estamina. Não custa mais estamina defender ataque. E não ganha mais redução de ganho de vingança.
Awesome. One more reason for me to avoid Nobushi.
Yeah. We all love Nobushi. Next we have Berserker.
Bárbaro.
So,
I mean, this is a short.
Cancela
It's a very
agora
short
o
one, right?
recovery
I'm seeing
de
some words in
qualquer
Some words in bold,
ataque.
yeah.
So I'm feeling like this
Quem
isn't
queria um
a
buff
simple
de
thing.
cancelamento de
it's not a
recovery
simple
para o
change, but it's a
Bárbaro? Ó,
very significant one.
inclusive
So
os
Berserker can now cancel
fintados.
the recovery of every
Inclusive
single
o
attack
soft, a finta de
dodge
heavy pra
at 300
light.
milliseconds. So
Cancela o recovery,
before-
cara.
Berserker could only really cancel
Meu
the recovery
Deus.
of a bunch of attacks into a
Ou seja,
dodge,
você
but
nunca mais vai
only
punir
on
um Bárbaro
miss.
na sua
So
vida.
with this, it's every single attack, every single time, and we really wanted to go
Por
forward
que
with
vocês
that,
fazem
with that
isso,
with
cara?
Berserker, because the hero is supposed to be a crazy attack machine that always attacks. Berserker has front dodge heavies, front dodge lights, side dodge lights, everything's enhanced, and it really fits the hero super well. Gives him a lot of movement, vulnerability,
Acertando,
invulnerability, rather, in
acertando.
group fights. A lot
Pode
of,
acertar.
you can do a
Ele
lot
pode
of more stuff with
cancelar
it,
o
right? You go
recovery de qualquer
attack
coisa,
somebody
meu
in a group fight,
amigo.
try to get peeled. Oh, I'm
Errando,
gonna dodge away.
acertando,
And
qualquer
we felt
coisa.
super confident giving this to Berserker
É
right now
isso,
because
ó.
there's no bashes that are super
Eu tô
quick.
fazendo
that have, like,
joinha
these
pra
really
câmera, mas
difficult
ninguém tá
moves
me
to
vendo
kinda
porque minha
deal
câmera
with.
tá fechada.
So
Mas,
we were
cara,
confident enough to give this to Berserker right now live instead of going to a testing ground with that because it works really well with the hero. It makes a lot of sense, and we're not anticipating a lot of.
vou abrir a can do outro
Yeah,
lado
because
aqui pra vocês
everything
me
with
verem.
Berserker is really
Pronto.
like flowing and
Yeah.
fast, and then you'd hit this kind of.
Ah, o Bárbaro não,
Yeah, you get into those
não
heavy finishers,
batia sem parar, né?
stopping, and then, oh, I have to
A única
start
coisa que você
again,
pode
start
fazer
again,
num
and start
Bárbaro
again.
agora é
So with this, I can
simplesmente
get a lot more mobility and
esperar a
much better
estamina dele acabar
And
ou
now we
dar
know
um
why you
parry
can't give a
certeiro,
Viking
senão
two axes.
acabou.
They'll go berserk.
Exactly. They literally go berserk. That's the problem there. All right. Next up, we have Kensei.
Opa. Kensei.
We've been doing a lot of changes to Kensei recently. And this is like one of the final ones we're going to be doing for now. But I think it's one that was
Vamos lá.
super well requested.
Change light
Basically, this
attacks
kind of
now
rounds
cause
out
medium
Kensei's offense in 1v1.
reaction.
So the chain light attacks now cause a medium hit reaction. These cause a
Seja.
light hit reaction. And we've also adjusted the timings from chain lights to finisher lights so you can still dodge them, right? So you can't just go like light spam and your opponent can't dodge out of them or whatever. But this might not seem like much, but this means that Kensei can do the opener into Pummel Strike, into into Chained Light, and then do that top heavy finisher that's unblockable, and it will no longer be interruptible at all by your opponent. So that's kind of like the final thing here,
Cara,
where
pra mim
if
isso
Kensei
já
gets his
tinha
Pummel Strike, which
sido
he does quite
arrumado, né?
often,
Mas,
then
enfim,
going to that finisher is
a
super
questão
rewarding
de
because then
causar
you force people to really deal with that
questão
mix-up. And then that finisher has like, a lot
médio
of soft feints,
é
does
pra
a bunch of
você
different things.
não interromper o
It's super
imbloqueável.
effective, it works
Antigamente
quite
era
well,
isso, agora
and it gives the hero a lot
sei,
more
sei.
pressure in 1v1 situations.
Yeah, it
But-
sounds like a.
Parece que já,
shouldn't
eu achei
taken
que já
away
tinham
from
arrumado
so
isso.
reliant on that top heavy mix-up.
Não sei se
Yeah,
agora
right,
se faz
because
um
before the
trade
problem was that
bloqueável.
because you could do it, right, you had to always, oh, I'm going to do the side heavies because they have armor. You had to commit to more things, whereas in 1v1 scenarios, it's not really optimal. It doesn't really feel as good. So with this, at least, you can be sure you won't be interrupted by your opponent by a
Então,
strike.
o medium hit reaction,
That
galera, é assim, quando você toma o ataque leve dele,
No, that sounds
você
good. But
toma
at,
tipo misto,
yeah, so
misto.
with the
Sim,
chain
você
light
demora um
attack-
tempinho mais pra
Yeah, with the
voltar.
time, so the timing makes
É
sure
o tempo
that the light
suficiente para ele
finishers
entrar
can
no
be dodged.
imbloqueável.
So
Antigamente
if-
isso não
'cause
acontecia.
before,
Se
because
você
we did a
apertasse
medium
o
hit
ataque
reaction,
leve, você interrompia o
you
imbloqueável.
could do like a
É mais
chain
ou
light into
menos
a
isso,
finisher
a
light, and you
grosso
couldn't dodge the
modo.
finisher light. So with the chain link timing extended a little bit, it means that you can
Meu
dodge
áudio
the
tá
finisher
ruim,
light.
fala aí. Tá?
We know like a lot of people like it's important to be able to dodge in between some of those lights to give people a bit more breathing room. So that's why we also adjusted that there to make sure that
Vê aí, galera, melhorou?
that you wouldn't feel the pressure. And it also incentivizes you to use that top heavy finisher, right? Because otherwise, if the light is undodgeable, then sometimes you go, why would I use that top heavy?
Yeah,
So-
just
exactly right.
Tá,
You don't want
vê
to
agora
go
se
too-
melhorou, galera. Se tiver melhorado, me
Mas
avisa
bem,
aí. Eu vou ficar
stay
falando um pouco
Yeah.
pra vocês verem se melhorou.
Exactly. So
Porque
Shaman.
meu microfone tá
So
parado aqui.
for Shaman, the left and right stance, Raven's
Shaman.
Claw and Raven's Bile. So that's
Raven's
a soft
Claw-
feint for
Raven's
heavy
Claw
hitters
é o-
chains after heavy
o-
finishers.
a
So the
facada?
size used to be 466 and the top
Deve
was
ser, né?
400.
Nossa, agora
Not all three
Xamã
size or 400.
vai dar
Uh,
bleed em
That
todo
makes that
mundo
gives Shaman
infinitamente.
more unreactable offense. We know from Peacekeeper, from Raider, from Aramusha, from Kensei, that those soft feints into really, really quick attacks work really well. In her case, it's a bleed that enables her to pounce
bleed,
and bite
é.
people and do like all sorts of cool things.
Cara, o bleed da
Gives
Xamã vai estar
synergy
mais
with,
rápido ainda, é
Bushi,
isso.
gives synergy with Peacekeeper as well. So it's really interesting. We really want her to be able to like apply that bleed more often, more consistently.
Obrigado por avisar
And
do
making it
áudio.
400 should be unreactable even for our more crazy reaction players that we have. So
Ou
that's
seja, o
really,
bleed
really
agora é
strong here.
irreagível.
Gives her a lot more pressure in those situations and makes her quite a bit better.
nice. Yeah, it sounds like she's going to have a lot better blood pressure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Her blood pressure is gonna go through the roof now. That's-
Não, os pros lados também vai
Chad's gonna hate me for
ficar
that.
oh yeah.
tudo 400 ms.
All right, so Blackprior. So
Pepe.
we've also adjusted Blackprior's light finishers to now cause a medium hit reaction. It used to be a light reaction. We've also adjusted the light finisher recoveries, so you have the same frame advantage as you had before. So it means the recoveries are a little bit longer, but it also means that if a Blackprior does light to you and then he spams light, your light will beat their light. Right, so that's the idea here. We really wanted to keep that aspect really, really strongly. That's a very important aspect of what we did with the Core Combat update a few years ago, and it's very, very important to us for us to have that. Because that's now a medium hit reaction, Blackprior can now do light finisher to bulwark into bulwark stance into bulwark slash without getting interrupted. Similarly to what we have with Kensei, right? The idea is we want Blackprior to be able to flow more into more offense.
And like
as-
access that bulwark stance. a lot.
Exactly, right? And access that bulwark stance and be able to use the bulwark slashes a lot more effectively.
Tá.
Because part of the problem that Blackprior has is
Vai
that
explicar isso agora
he
rápido, vai ser
feels like a
difícil.
really 1-2 type of character
Mhm.
all the time, right? You do shield bash into light finisher, shield bash into light finisher. And so having that flow coming afterwards brings a lot more variety, improves the overall flow of the character, and makes you want to use the rest of them a lot more to get into those situations.
Nice. So just kind of open them up.
Yeah,
bit.
round them out a little bit, right? And also, we've also adjusted Tenebrous Thrust, and you can now cancel its recoveries with a Bulwark stance, which you couldn't before. We were trying to stay away from that a little bit, but now we're trying to go into something a little bit different.
Nossa, meu
Yeah. You want me
BP
to-
vai ficar
Oh,
muito
no.
mais safe
Sorry.
com essas mudanças.
I have to pick up
Você
the-
pode dar light e agora
So I'm gonna be on
você
the
não
spike.
vai
Yeah,
ter mais
so,
vantagem. O cara não
that's
tem
just
mais
the Blackprior here.
a vantagem de
We're
frame,
gonna
é
have
isso?
that aspect here. Let's get to the next one.
Isso aí eu vou ter que ver
So we have
depois,
a
tá?
couple
Mas
of other
eu acho
changes
que é
to other
isso.
heroes. So for Kyoshin, we have Hakaze and Mujino Kaze, which now cost 6 stamina.
Tá,
I said that really
diminuiu
fast in
alguns
Japanese. So
custos
basically
do
those
Kyoshin.
are the Kaze stance, light, and zone attack.
Okay.
So they now
Beast
cost
of
6 stamina
Prey
instead
é a
of 12.
esquiva com
Um,
imbloqueável da
works
Astria.
better,
Por
gives
isso agora
Kyoshin much better
tem
stamina.
mais
Much less
iframes ali,
stamina,
tem uma
like
esquiva melhor.
Star.
Convenhamos que
Exactly,
aquela
right?
esquiva
So
da
that's-
Astria
that
não
goes
serve
along
pra
with what
nada.
I was saying earlier, where
Talvez
want
agora
those
vire
heroes
uma
to have
esquiva de
more
fato. Eu
stamina,
acho que é
less, like,
isso.
constantly out of
Eu não
breath.
sei o nome de todos os negócios em
Yeah,
inglês
'cause Kyoshin
ainda, tá,
feels
galera?
like,
Não
okay, I
sei
did
nem
my
em
thing, now
português
I
que
gotta,
ele
like,
dá em inglês.
wait a
Mas eu
second.
acho que é isso.
Okay, now I did
Suponho
my
que seja
thing.
isso.
Constantly,
Yeah.
right? So with
Beast
this,
of Prey.
it doesn't like completely.
Ou será que é
You still
agarrada?
have to watch your
Não,
stamina.
eu acho que é
But
aquela
it helps.
imbloqueável, né?
Every little bit
Em
helps.
esquiva da
Every
Astria.
little bit helps there as well. Warmonger. So for Warmonger, Beast of Prey, which is her side dodge heavies,
Side dodge
they
heavy,
now
é
have
isso mesmo.
extended dodge properties. So what does that mean? It means that she has invulnerability frames for longer. It means she has tracking break, which is what we kind of call whenever you
Então é isso.
dodge an
Agora
attack,
a
way it
esquiva
works is
da
if someone
Astria
attacking you
realmente
and
é uma
you dodge,
esquiva, tá?
it kind of breaks the tracking I have towards you so that I'm going to miss. So that's the idea here. So that tracking break is longer, lets her dodge attacks more effectively. Beast of Prey is really good in group fights. Well, it was kind of okay in group fights. With this, it should be much better in group fights. Let's Warmonger
Griffon,
reposition
Helm
for big, heavy
Cleaver. O que
unblockables
que é
that
Helm
people
Cleaver do
target
Griffon?
swap them,
Também
all
não
that sort
sei.
of stuff, and be a lot safer while she does them.
looking forward to that one.
Esperar
in
ele falar
particular.
pra mim saber o que que é.
One of my mains. So
Then we have Griffon. So for Griffon, Helm Cleaver is now enhanced. That's dodge forward light. So
Dodge.
for some of
Dodge
these
front
heroes that
light,
have-
é isso?
Some people have probably noticed, and you probably noticed as well. In the past
okay.
few seasons, we've been doing some incremental changes to some heroes, right? And sometimes it's like, oh, it's a little thing, oh, it's a little thing, it's a little thing. In the case of Griffon here, it's not the biggest buff we've ever done, but at the same time, it's one step forward, right? And so we want to make sure that sometimes we do like these step by step, so we can do like a little bit and then evaluate. Oh, okay, well in the future, this worked well.
Tá
so
falando
what
que o
else can we do
Griffon
with
eles
this
estão
character? What else can
bufando
we do
devagarinho pra ver como
and go like
fica.
a little bit slower in there. We're doing a lot more frequent updates with this, so it works really, really well. And that should also help Griffon get into better offense regardless. So it's still a good tool, and it being enhanced makes it that at least you're not gonna get interrupted and then got broken externally by somebody else. So that works.
yeah, because I know in the past sometimes we'll roll out a slate of changes and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, 80% of those were good, but like these couple, now that's the focus.
Exactly, right?
And so this allows us to just
we go step by
ratchet
step,
it
and
up.
it works really well. Next, we have well, it looks like a bug fix, but it's also an improvement on Nobushi. So she can now do Viper's Retreat and Hidden Stance at 100 ms in the stance change. That used to be at 300 ms. So basically, when you change your stance, it takes overall 300 milliseconds. But you can normally attack after 100. And so Nobushi could not do Viper's Retreat or Hidden Stance until the end of that 300. And so to have a lot more consistency with when she can attack, when she can go into a Hidden Stance, we really put it at 100 ms, like what she would have when she attacks.
Bufaram o Viper Retreat, é aquele bleed da Nobushi, né? Que ela dá andando pra trás ali.
Yeah, she feels
Agora
better, right?
você vai
Because
poder
it is
dar esse
sometimes even for Hidden
movimento
Stance,
mais
like,
rápido ao entrar na Hidden
sometimes,
Stance.
Like
Basicamente
I
é
don't
isso.
go and adjust my dead zones like crazy, like some players do, which is I don't know, a great thing to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to hit down and then you were like a little bit too diagonal for some reason because you're not super accurate like I am. I'm getting
Depois
old.
da live eu tiro a
And then
dúvida aí,
I
galera,
hit
de
the
todo mundo,
diagonal,
tá?
and then
Dá uma segurada aí
basically
que já tá
my
quase no
stance.
fim.
And then I have to wait 300 ms before I can go into a Hidden Stance. So that's one of those buffs here that really, really helps that input comfort here. And then finally, Valkyrie. So
Agora,
Valkyrie's
Shield Tackle, a escudada
no
da
longer
Val
causes
que não causa mais
I don't know if
dano
you
de
see-
estamina. Eu não sei porque causava, porque tipo,
there's
tiraram
been-
isso do
yeah.
jogo, né?
Right, and there's been a big
Yeah.
tier list recently for Dominion, and Valkyrie is S tier. And so we love the fact that she's strong. It's amazing that we had a really good rework with her. Like everybody's super proud of it. But at the same time, she did not need stamina damage on a unreactable bash that deals a good amount of damage. For the risk that you take when you go into it, it makes sense to have that higher damage, but she doesn't need to cause stamina damage on top of it. So we removed that stamina damage entirely there. So the hero is still strong. I don't see her dropping, but at least this should lead to a lot less
Tá,
frustration.
tá
with
só
facing her.
falando que a Val que
because
não
she's
vai
not
mais
meant to
pausar
train
regeneração de
She's
estamina.
not meant to
Ok, né?
train
Nenhum...
stamina, and if she's doing it all the
Ninguém
time,
deveria pausar a
eventually she
regeneração de
wears you down,
estamina.
and then it
Simples
gets
assim.
frustrating, so we try to get away from that.
Yeah, Shield Tackle has a lot of modifiers on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully missing,
That little,
arguably the least of will,
Yeah.
will feel a little bit better when you're just getting kicked in the dirt. By
Yeah.
her.
exactly, right? So that's it for patch notes and hero improvements.
Awesome.
isso.
So you guys, this is only a like snippet of the patch notes. You can look for the full patch notes on February
Essa é a
2nd. They'll be up
principal,
on the
né? Do
website.
Patch Notes e tal.
And I
Galera,
believe
depois
that's
da
it
ó,
for
que
this
eles
segment,
terminar
but
aqui,
we'll
eu vou
be
explicar
right back
tudo aí.
with Nolan,
Primeiro eu vou dar
Khan,
minhas
and
opiniões
Luke
sobre o
St. Pierre
herói,
for a special
falar
segment
dos Patch
on
Notes
For
aí e
Honor's
tirar
music
qualquer
and
dúvida que
audio.
vocês tiverem. Beleza?
Oh, yeah, just consistently one of the best parts.
I am super
Yeah.
psyched for that.
So stick around. We'll be right back after the switcheroo.
Vamos lá, o que vem agora? Especial Segment Music Audio. O que é isso, cara? Não tenho ideia. Não tenho ideia do que possa ser. Agora vem os samurais. Essas armaduras aí. Então, o pessoal que tá com dúvida aí do PP, basicamente o Light, o ataque leve finalizador dele, ele causava uma reação de ataque leve. Pra quê? Para dar tempo do, tipo, lembrem a base do Core Combat Update. Se eu dou Expand Light, eu dou Light, finalizo minha chain, é a sua vez de começar. Eu perco meu turno, certo? Ao menos que eu finalize com ataque pesado. Agora, vão mudar isso pro BP. O BP pode dar Light e depois ele pode me puxar um Bulwark, né? E soltar o Imbloqueável. Ou te flipar se você tentar fazer alguma coisa. A grosso modo, é isso daí. Não sei por que isso. Não entendo por quê. Se a regra é, depois da sua chain de light, eu inicio a minha chain de light, por que que o BP não entra na regra? Porque o BP é melhor que os outros. Enfim, né? Vai saber. Depois tem que analisar com mais cuidado e ver o porquê disso. Se tem algum motivo específico que não seja, tipo, buff, foda-se. Porque, porra, sei lá, padrão, cara. Você soltou o seu finalizador, acabou, velho. Daqui a pouco o jogo ninguém finaliza mais nada. Todo mundo é batendo infinitamente ali. Quem sabe com o nerf dos ataques em esquiva, mude alguma coisa e melhore, sei lá. Mas o BP flipa, né? O BP flipa, então se eles continuam com o imbloqueável, ele pode fintar esse imbloqueável e te pegar no guard break. Ele pode soltar o imbloqueável na sua cara, ou ele pode te flipar.
And we're back. We're live once again. Welcome back, Warriors. Thank you for sticking around
que é
with
isso
us.
de música aí
I'll
que
be
eles vão
honest,
falar.
I am super excited for this
Tenho
segment
ideia
here.
do que é isso.
Because we are about to talk about what goes into the music, the audio, and the voice acting in our game, which is something like, let's be honest, when we play For Honor, it sounds amazing. Like, I mean, nobody can really argue that. From the music to the acting to the sound the swords make when they stab into people, it's so incredible. So I'm very excited to be able to host this segment and introduce two amazing people who are with me on the couch today. One of which you may know, but one you're meeting for the first time. Carl, it's your first time here. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hello, Warriors. Hello, Nolan. Yep.
All right, awesome. Carl is our lead audio designer on For Honor 2. And we are joined by Luke, who is making a triumphant return after nearly, how many years? Like, it's been a couple years.
I believe it was 3 years ago, maybe 4
3
years.
years ago.
I mean, the crew told me yesterday, but I guess I forgot already. So,
Well,
hi, everybody.
well, Luke, welcome back. Music composer on For Honor. And Luke, can you tell everybody, how long have you been music composer on For Honor?
It started, it was called, it was the big revamp called Marching Fire. So I believe it was season 9.
Será que foi esse cara aí que botou aquelas vozes horríveis no For Honor?
I've been a happy guy working on this franchise, really.
Well, I could tell you, my ears have been happy listening to all the music. So yes, if any of you out there have enjoyed the music since Marching Fire, you got this guy to thank for it here. So that's amazing. So again, welcome back. So yeah, I think from here we're gonna just kind of go and it'd be great to hear about kind of what you do for the game, or like what it is that you do, how you bring the music here. So
yeah, well, a lot of stuff, yes, but I'm on the project since more or less 1 year. So I'm supervising the sound team to make sure that we deliver amazing assets and quality and time, and make sure it's following very well the vision of the project season after season. So I collaborate with other director, narrative one, and all other team to make sure it happened well. And for sure, I collaborate with exterior provider as the sound studio for the voice actor, the actor, and also composer as Luke for the project. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tá bom, tá só apresentando os caras, não sei se eles vão falar algo relevante.
Team working, so we work with computer, but we work also a lot with the people on the project. We have a lot of collaboration to deliver together to make sure that the vision is really clear years after years, season after season in all the content. So we need to understand where we come from and where we are going to make sure that the sound is evolving really well season after season. So it's why I'm working with all these collaborators. Yeah.
Awesome. And how about you, Luke?
Yeah, well, since you talk about collaboration, after they've done all their work of,
E aí, galera, vamos
defining the
parar de encher
character
essa
and
linguiça
the
aí e
mood
falar
of
o
the
que vocês
season,
trouxeram pro jogo,
I
porque
guess my staff
ninguém
is
quer
to
saber
interpret
quem é
that,
vocês, não,
correctly.
cara.
Sometimes, I take weird direction and I am being, called to order. But yeah, it's they do a nice job of, defining, the parameter that I'm going to have to work with. The character, the sometime and most of the time geographical space or place where we are, era. So it's up to me to take it all and to define, the music to tell the story within my 4 minutes.
Aproveitar que esses caras estão fazendo,
musically to tell that
falando
that
aí
story.
de nada.
Basically,
Dá o
I mean,
like
it's a
aí
big
no
round,
vídeo,
a
galera.
quick round,
Deixa
but
seu like
most
na minha live
basically
aí. Ajuda meu
For
trabalho
sure.
aqui no
Well,
YouTube, hein?
again, really cool. And
Não se
again, what you can
esqueça.
do in 4 minutes of music is still like absolutely incredible. So very cool.
Por enquanto os caras só estão falando das músicas.
As
Ah, nós
we're
fazemos
talking about,
músicas, músicas são
kind of what
legais.
goes into there. I mean, Carl, do you want to talk a bit more about, how do we get into a season? Like as far as the music, the production, the audio, like how does that all come to play?
Yeah, for sure. Each season, it's a collaboration with everyone on the project. So foreigner teams, exterior partner as Luc or music supervisor too also. But first, we need to really clarify the vision exactly. So the keywords of the season, what exactly lead the season, what is the pillar of the season. An example that this season, the Afira one. So we need to clarify an example in the vision. So at the beginning, we talk about the celestial sphere, the mathematics, the astrology.
Cara, eu não tô acreditando
all
que
this
esses caras
aspect
estão
of the season, the
tomando
stars, the
todo esse
beautiful
tempo da live pra não
sky
falar
also.
absolutamente
So
nada.
when we start to talk about that, really quickly we say, oh, why not go with minimalist music with really strong ostinato and late motif that could be really well reflect the mood of the season. So at this point, we clarify that, and then we talk a lot with Luc. What
Pera aí,
it means
galera,
for
assim que
you
acabar a
that
live,
musically
eu
in the
tiro todas
mood
as
of
dúvidas de
Foreigner,
vocês. Fica
how
aí,
we
hein,
could
meu.
build it.
Fica aí
And
comigo,
so
não
a
vai
lot
embora
of
não.
discussion, version, he did like a lot of back and forth about that.
Mhm.
So at some point, we was really happy and say, okay, now it's cool. We're happy with that. So do we need just re-record some instrument to make sure it's as good as we want? And if yes, we do, and then mix it and put it in the game. So that's the kind of workflow we do for that.
That's really cool to think like to kind of hear like all the thought that goes into the considerations you take, the thought that goes into. I love the idea of the mathematics of the approach of this idea of the celestial sphere. It's very cool, very cool. Again, sorry,
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. I'm enjoying the segment already. So it's very cool. So that's awesome. So that's a bit about the process behind it and for the vision there. And again, I think when we talk about the music of the season too, Luc, I mean, I've said it before, I'm a huge fan, but I know a lot of people out there are also big fans of the music and what goes into that. Do you want to talk a bit more about that and maybe, what's gone into the music of the year?
I could react to, what Cal was talking about, the last season, the one we're in right now. The sphere and the celestial and the mathematical and scientific aspect of it. If you try to bring that into music, there are things we can try. I mean, we're not sure that this is going to work, but the string ostinatos is a mechanical thing, so it could maybe trigger ideas of engineering or science. And melodically, I was making use of
Nossa, meus caras estão falando do processo de composição das
for those
músicas.
who are familiar with some musical term, but it's pretty basic. But so hopefully, I mean, these theory that I used in the music brought the people to think that this is like some kind of a mathematical and scientific aspect of the game. As for the sphere and the immensity and beauty of everything, I had
Pô, galera, tá
beautiful
escrito ali, ó,
work
New
of
Hero
design,
available
the singer,
2
that we can
Feb,
hear.
que é
And
fevereiro.
a fun fact about me using his voice was that I was given his name, and then I watched on YouTube the guy sing, and I was blown away completely.
Não, eu tô quase dormindo
by
também
his
aqui, porque
performance, and I had goosebumps, and I said, okay,
eu acho que eu
I
vou
really
começar a
want
tirar a
this guy.
dúvida
And to
antes
get the
de
team
acabar a
to
live
get,
enquanto esses caras
a
falam,
glimpse of what I was
porque
going to work with.
o pessoal tá indo embora
I
da live,
took
cara.
the YouTube excerpt.
Sai daí, velho.
And
Tá acabando com a minha
I
live.
wrote, the orchestral score around it.
Bota o
I
JC, aquela
usually
mina
would
de
have
volta.
I would have had him redo it, but I said we like it, so why redo it if we like it already? So what I did, I kept it, did the orchestration, and then I wrote the second part of the cue, and I sent it to Habib, and I said, now I wrote around your voice, now you're going to sing on top of my music. And so this is how it was basically done for the season, the fourth season.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and for the other season, I mean, if you want a glimpse of the other ones,
I would love a glimpse of the other ones. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Não,
This
mas
whole year
vamos
six,
seguir,
like
tá
all
bom,
the
não precisa
year
falar
six,
não.
please.
Okay. Let's go backwards. Since
Sure.
we started with season 4, let's go with season 3.
Não, ele vai falar.
It was the Demon Dagger.
Não acredito, ele vai falar.
And talking about collaboration, I also
Ele
have
vai
my
falar de
collaborate,
como compôs todas
the
as
musician,
músicas
so
das
Habib
temporadas
was an
passadas.
inestimable or valuable, or how should I say? Anyway,
I'll accept both of
a
them.
very important part of my of the beauty of the queue. And for each season, I rely on these very good performers. So for the Demon Dagger, I had Maya Kuroki, who was doing the demon voice. So
Meu
I
Deus,
mean,
velho,
whenever
peraí,
you put
deixa eu fazer um
a
negócio aqui.
microphone in front of her,
Ah, o chat está desativado, droga.
you're gonna be
Eu
scared.
já ia meter
She's an instrument in itself.
um Z, tá ligado?
So, and I think people would like to know.
Eu ia
that
no
story.
chat lá.
I thought it was a funny fact that
Já
she was also
coloca
the
isso
voice of
aqui.
Mercury.
That's
So-
and that's the thing.
Oh, okay. It's revealed now, so.
No, it's a great fact because again, people kind of like had that thought, you know. They remember all the way back to the Hitokiri trailer and kind of like the raspy like you know ethereal voice of the Hitokiri. And I
Eu
know
vou
I saw,
resumir o
you
que
know,
ele tá
people
falando.
discussing
Blá, blá,
about the
blá,
album
blá,
when it
blá.
was released. They're like, wow, it sounded like
Whatever.
maybe they could be sisters or something or something there. But turns out there's a reason for that. So
Yeah. So anyway, that collaborator was also a very helpful for me to give the the sound of the season. Like the rest is almost accessory. So good she is. And if we keep going down, we're at season 2
Yep.
of year 6. The Curse of the Scarab.
yeah.
And who does not think about a Duduk when he sees the desert, or thinking about Middle Orient? So I was blessed with this Duduk player in Armenia. His name is Tigran Alexanian. I like to say the name because these people deserve their moment.
Yeah,
So it's their moment right now. So Tigran, I sent him a track. He's in Armenia, and he booked a studio. And he took my track and he played his duduk on top of it, and he sent me all the tracks. And like many other composers do, I suppose, we cut it, take chunks. I mean, he had many takes that he sent, and I choose the best part or the one that fitted the best, and that's how the track was built.
Wow.
It's not rocket science at some
It
point.
sounds a
you know.
little like maybe brain surgery at least, you know.
Well,
but I mean,
There's
yeah.
writing, there's montage, there's like sitting and listening and good, not good. It's all decision making at some point. And to finish season 21,
Nossa, to finish, por
I have
favor,
a
cara.
soft spot for season 21 because
really
I have
good.
a very soft spot for Coral Egan voice. Coral is Irish, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm open to being corrected. But and we wanted some magical and mystical thing with the season 21. Gaelic voice, these kind of territories, elfic feeling. So, because I believe she is.
Galera,
Irish,
eu não posso
Gaelic
controlar a
was
live dos
not that
caras.
complicated for her.
Só não sei
But we
que eu
still
não tenho
hired
nada pra
a
falar
vocal coach
sobre as
to
músicas
make
aí
sure
que
she
ele
has
tá
the right
falando.
intonation.
Pô,
But
as
her
músicas
voice
todo
is
mundo já ouviu, já, ok.
I listen to
Tipo,
this and I'm just in awe every time. So I want to thank them live. All these collaborators made me look good. So thank you.
yeah. Well,
It's a quick roundup. It's a bit anecdotic, but it's pretty much how it's being done.
Well, it sounds really cool, and I don't know because I was so focused on you. I don't know if we played. We had Max play. You played already? I'm sorry, I was too focused on you. You even got to see some of the studio going by. I missed it, but yeah, it was really good too. But yeah, it's just it's incredible to see. The I don't know. So it's really incredible to see like all the work that goes into that, and really just all the you know, I think sometimes, you know, maybe we take a bit for granted, you know, just when we boot up the game and we start to hear the musics of the new seasons and they come in, and how much work and effort goes into that, just from the
Tá bom,
conception phase
obrigado,
to
cara.
It's
Sua
always a bit of a
música é
stress to-
legal, você é muito
It's not a big stress,
competente.
but I mean,
A
I
gente
hope
só
every
não
season,
quer
I will
saber
be at the height
da
of
sua história de
that is
composição,
expected from
cara.
the team
A
and from
música é
the people who
boa,
play.
legal.
And I've shown
Mas,
appreciation,
né,
so I
pô, não dá,
appreciate,
né?
to work on that all the time. But
Yeah.
you know, there's always a bit of a stress. Or is it gonna be good this year? Even for me, you know.
Well, again, I think I know a lot of people liked it out there. And again, if you were one of those who really enjoyed all the music that was composed for year 6, special treat for you. On February 3rd, you're actually going to be able to download the
Ah,
OST,
tá.
or I
Legal.
guess, the original game soundtrack. And there's a link there. You'll
Vai
see
ter
it
o
in the
link
chat
aí, ó,
if
pra
you
vocês
wanna
baixar
go,
as
but
músicas.
it's free. You can just go
De
and follow
graça,
the link,
muito bom,
and
cara.
you'll be able to download that. So it'll be released on February 3rd. So yeah, you can just listen along to all the amazing.
Mas não
work
tem
on
mais nada
that.
pra
So,
falar
thank
não,
you so much,
galera.
Luke, for
É só
walking
eles
us through
encerrar a live pra
Absolutely.
virar vídeo e eu
Cool.
poder voltar e
But
mostrar pra
to
vocês as
now kind of
coisas.
switch gears a little bit now. We've
Dá o meu resumão
Oh.
da live, né?
Alright, okay. Oh. Okay, so now we're gonna roll the video. So, okay, see, I misunderstood. So
Ai,
Sorry.
meu Deus, cara. Tem que ver um vídeo da onde eles gravam as músicas.
this is the video I was talking about. I thought I missed it, but yeah, this is Luke. Do you want to maybe tell people a bit what they're seeing here?
Am I live right now?
Yeah, you're.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Well, this is Ocean Way, as you can see in Nashville. They recorded we do strings apart from the brass because the brass are so loud. Then I cannot mix the strings anymore after. But yeah, and it gives me some liberty, you know, to maybe sometime copy sections. Yeah, even with the orchestra recording.
Ô, Gui.
Montage.
Você montou a cadeira igual eu ensino no vídeo?
This is my Missy studio, sorry. But you know, you're in the belly of the of the beast, basically. So yeah.
Pior que esse
I mean,
vídeo
we-
da
we do-
cadeira é
I
um
have
dos
to do
mais vistos no
mock-ups,
meu canal,
and
cara.
so the team can have a good idea of how. it's
Quais
gonna sound.
emotes? Eles não mostraram emote não,
and
velho. Acho que mostraram...
the
Não mostraram
new,
emote, sim,
you know,
um que ela
sound library that
dá uma...
available for
tipo
us,
uma planta uma
composer,
bananeira,
just
tá ligado?
amazing.
Yeah.
So the orchestra is a very nice bonus.
Mostraram já.
Thanks to Ubisoft actually to even allowing this.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky for that. But yeah, all the sound bank allows me to do.
Ô,
a nice
Gui,
mock-up
os
and
meus
then after
seguidores
we
que
redo
viam
it
esse
with
vídeo
the
só
sound and
só
mix it
viram
all
um vídeo
together.
pra ficar me zoando.
Super cool. All right. Well,
E a
I'm so glad we got to
maioria,
share
a
that
maioria
video
das
again.
pessoas que
Thanks. It was
viram o
great.
vídeo e
So, thanks, Max.
curtiram não
Appreciate
eram
that
meus
behind
seguidores.
the scenes there.
Graças a Deus, acabou esse cara chato.
So yeah, but so
Não,
where I
não
was
acabou,
going,
não.
prior to that though, I wanted to switch gears back and talk to Carl a bit more about the Ephira now. So you know we've introduced the Ephira. This is what this whole Warriors Den is about. Is you know you saw the character, the reveal trailer. You learned about the narrative, saw the armor sets. We talked about the gameplay and the animation, but there's also a lot of you know work that goes into the audio, what the character sounds like, the voice acting, all of that. So Carl, do you want to talk a bit about what goes into
Falar do
bringing
áudio
the
da
voice
mulher.
of the Ephira to life in our game?
Yes, for sure, For Honor is a fighting game, so it's really important for us to put a lot of energy on the voice, but mostly on the barks. Yeah, I don't mean barks as a dog barks, but mostly onomatopoeia, onos.
It's audio terms here, yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
So these ono for us are really important because it's a fight game and we want to understand exactly what we do, what we does, and what enemy does mostly during the battle fight moment. So that is the first challenge we have to make sure it's really clear, really efficient too. And we need to find a good language for each character, new character we bring in the games, because it's bring all the mood from him. It create authenticity to the character. So we work really hard to find the best actor in the world that could speak this specific language to make it as amazing it should be.
Sure.
So that is another challenge. An example, Ephira is Arabic, but not modern one. It's classical one. So we need to pay this attention to find the good one. Why? Because we have a lot of Hono in the fight, but some specific
Personagem tá
movement
bonito,
related
velho.
only
Essa
to
skin
Ephira,
aí, essa skin tá bonita.
that make Ephira unique in the games. So this specific fight movement we want to cover with a bit more lores in that. So we asked the scriptwriter to write some lines we spoken during the fight, just to make it more realistic and with the beautiful background that it should
Vou dar
have.
resumo já, Demo.
So that is another
Tô
part of the
esperando esses caras
challenge
parar
we
de
have.
encher linguiça e falar coisa que ninguém tá nem
and
aí
the
pra saber.
Afera trailer,
Yeah.
If I'm right,
What you
we
got?
have Afera lines that come from a specific fight movement. So I don't know if you will find it next time you check the trailer, but pay this attention.
Mhm.
So again, in
Nossa,
the
pra
trailer,
fazer os
not the trailer,
sons
but
de
in
luta,
what we need
a
to do
gente
for the
buscou
specific
exatamente
actor,
uma
because
pessoa
when
que
we
estivesse
record it,
lutando.
we know
E quando você
which
luta,
movement
é
it does,
diferente de
but
quando
we don't
você
know
fala.
exactly in
Porra, é
what
lógico, meu.
years,
Você,
in
pô, tá explicando
whatever
o
the number
básico,
of seasons,
velho.
what will be the new
Qualquer pessoa
content,
com um
new
pingo de
execution
cérebro
we
que
need
faz
to
uma
cover
coisa
with that.
profissionalmente faria isso,
So,
cara.
in fact, we
Legal, mano.
absolutely
Tipo,
need to
porra,
record
precisa
a
demorar
bunch of
1 hora da live pra
usable
falar essas coisas
assets that
óbvias.
we may use for create the next execution. So with specific intention, specific emotion that we be usable to
Cara, olha, de
create
todas as
our
Warriors Dance
next
que eu cobri,
intention in the
essa
execution.
encheção
emote or
de
whatever.
linguiça maior, cara.
But
E olha
the
que quando
challenge
bota
it
aquele
is,
japoronga
every
lá
character
falando
may use maybe this
falando
shared
das-
asset, or execution or
das
whatever.
inspirações de cores, a paleta de
Around
cores,
every character
a não sei
we
que lá. O
don't
cara
for the
pelo menos
player.
fala
So,
da porcaria da
example,
paleta de
if the
cores
character laugh in the game,
minuto.
the laugh
Esses
should
caras
be
estão aí há
similar in
10
attention,
minutos, mano, falando
projection,
óbvio do
emotion,
óbvio.
duration, all these aspects among all
Desculpa
the
o hate,
characters,
galera. É
so
que a
all
gente
the
quer saber de
actors,
personagem
to
e
make it
gameplay.
efficient
Ninguém
and
tá nem aí, tipo,
similar, but
isso não quer dizer
with
que a
a
outra trilha
small
sonora não é boa.
personality for
É
each
boa, mas não quero saber como que faz. Não
So,
tenho
it
a
sounds like
menor
a lot
curiosidade.
of
Talvez se eu
thought and
fosse
work goes
músico,
into, again,
eu me
finding the right
importasse,
voice-
mas dou a
voice actor,
mínima pra como
actors
eles
in
fazem
place
isso.
and, yeah, making sure. So it's definitely not just somebody in the office just, oh, yeah, we're going to read a script today. It's like, no, we put a lot of work into finding just the right person for that, and yeah, it really helps bring the heroes to life. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for walking us through all of that, and thank you again, Luke, for sharing all.
My pleasure.
You
Thanks
know,
for inviting me.
yeah, that deep dive, that super quick. I could have definitely, gone deeper, sometime, but on all the music and everything that goes into that, it's really cool to hear. So,
Thank you very much.
great stuff. So thank you both for coming and for being
Isso,
here.
obrigado,
and,
galera,
we'll
ótimo.
have to have you back sometime.
Continuem
in
bom
the future
trabalho, só
as
nunca
we
me contem
have
como
more
vocês
music and
fazem. Eu
stuff
não me
to talk about
importo.
in the future. At a later time.
Later.
We'll go for that. So that's about it for this segment. So we stick around though, because we're gonna come back. We're gonna wrap up a bit. Gonna show you a bit of the fun content of the week and things coming out very
Basicamente
soon.
agora
So
acabou.
we'll see you
Esse-
very soon.
Esse
Thanks again, guys.
wrap-up aí que eles fazem é tipo... Ah, emote grátis, novo efeito de não sei o que lá, passe de traje, outfit de batalha, aqueles que ninguém compra, que o negócio custa 15 mil e ninguém compra. Nossa, nada a ver esse Jung Jun, né? Esse Jung Jun feio, mano. Feio demais. Verdade, né, cara? Pensando nessas variações de armadura, eles podiam ter uma armadura estilo árabe para os personagens de For Honor, mas sinceramente eu não achei nenhuma estilo árabe não, viu? Mas que eles botaram uma textura meio de aquela armadura lamelar, né? No Ordem e tal, mas não achei nenhuma assim muito característica.
And we are back. What's
Super
up,
back.
Nolan?
What's up, Brian? It's been forever, man.
I know. It's been like a whole 2 hours.
It
just
has
about.
been. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's crazy, crazy. I love it when the Warrior stand's a little beefier.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
This one was particularly full of the beef.
Full of beef, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a lot to recap. But why don't you
Yeah.
run us through?
Yes, thank you so much, Brian. So again, thanks to everybody for sticking around so far. Just as a quick recap, this has been the Afira live stream, so you got to see the hero, the
Ó,
trailer.
pra quem não lembra, isso é uma
the
live do
narrative,
Novo
the
Herói.
gameplay, the animation, the audio. I just it was so great to kind of show all these moving parts that come together to bring a hero to life. So that's
Quem
great.
não lembra, né?
As a reminder,
É o live
too,
review do
February
Novo
2nd,
Herói,
you'll
né?
be able to play the
Não é live
Afira
review de
herself.
composição de
There'll be
For
the
Honor.
DU drop. There's a free event pass, new cosmetics, new
Uau.
armor variations.
O
you'll see some of
evento
the patch
aí,
notes. Keep an eye out,
ninguém
'cause you can see
liga.
the full list,
Mais
next
importante, dia
week
2
as
de
well.
fevereiro lança um novo personagem.
Music,
Famosa
audio,
semana que
free
vem.
week, starting
Certo?
February 2nd as well. So
Temporada
what better time
de
to
grátis,
just come back and play some
jogo
For Honor,
de
or convince
graça,
your friends to play
tá?
For Honor,
Esse é o
'cause,
resumo
hey,
da
it's
live.
crossplay, it's free, there's a new hero,
De
there's
graça
just
durante
so much
7
to do.
dias.
There's so
Yeah,
much to do.
so good. You can introduce them to the golf-like experience of For Honor, meaning that you're like, why am I doing this? And then you do the thing and you're like, this is why I do this.
Did you equate For Honor to golf just now?
Well, you know, it's
that-
the shots that keep you coming back.
I see
Good
this. I
ones.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see.
I don't play golf. I'm sorry. No. Okay. So so beyond that,
Vamos lá, vamos lá.
as
I don't either.
I love that we can just do references.
I only
to
play
things we
golf
don't
with
play.
friends.
that's I get that. I get that one. I get
Yeah.
that reference. Okay. So a couple
Okay.
other reminders. Hero Fest, the Kyoshin on February 23rd and the Nusha on March 9th. So keep an eye out.
Duas
for
Hero
those
Fest,
two.
vai ter do
Uh,
Kyoshin
again,
e da
the Nusha love,
Nuxia,
right?
que a gente chama de
yeah,
Nuxia.
everybody's favorite golf
Nuxia,
girlfriend.
Nuxia.
It's yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I would have thought maybe Sean. I could see Nisha. She's got some good.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah,
good,
I mean,
Tô sem
she's subtle
paciência, velho,
about
pra
it.
essa
Oh,
live.
man.
Eu quero que acabe logo.
Leans heavy.
And then bites.
Oh boy! All right, and of course the other reminder to the For Honor anniversary, 6 years.
Aniversário de
People,
6
6-year
anos de
anniversary,
For
February
Honor.
14th.
Lembrem,
Make sure you don't make
todo
any other
mundo
plans
sabe
that
agora
day.
quando o
You
lenhador
shouldn't be
faz
doing anything
aniversário,
else but playing
porque
For
eu
Honor on
faço
the
aniversário
anniversary. Make
junto
sure
com
you
For
log
Honor, dia
into
14 de
especially,
fevereiro é meu
for the-
aniversário, dia
Oh, here
14 de
it is, the
fevereiro é
elite
aniversário do For Honor.
outfit. I told
Falei
you
que ia
it
ter
would look
aquele espaço,
awesome.
aquelas
Love
aquelas
this,
roupas
the
que
plays
ninguém
on
liga,
purples and
custa
oranges.
caro pra
Here
caramba,
we go.
ninguém compra
That's
e elas
the
são
best. Purple outfits
ridículas,
are the best.
totalmente
They are.
coloridas,
So that is great. And of course,
mas elas
Blades of the
existem,
Vanguards,
né?
returning limited time
7 mil
execution
não
here,
tá
so you
tão
can pick that
caro
up for
não.
7K steel, and it's a
Mas
good
ainda
one.
é
The
feia.
Omni Slash, the Fate Stay,
É feia, né?
the
Um monte de
stabby
cor,
stabby.
nada a ver.
Other things.
Sei quem
Unlimited
gosta
time.
disso aí, não.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that tells you about my taste in anime. But we have content of the week, January 26th. We're going to have Emote Stars of Destiny. I like this one. I got
Emotes.
galaxy projectors in
Emoji.
my office at home. So this
You were
one-
saying that, yeah.
this one
Bonitinho
really
aí e
resonates.
tal.
And you said projectors too.
Yeah, you gotta have full coverage.
Um emote que
Gotta
não dá
get
pra
the whole thing.
você
And then
spamar
we've
em
also
alguma
got
coisa
signature
engraçada, eu nem
Solstice Fire
compro.
Dance, so you can complete the ostentatious John Yu Fireman outfit.
It's good.
Get it.
It's good.
But that's not all. There's more. On February 2nd to February 23rd, we have some time-limited stuff. We've got the Friendly Genie Execution.
Oh, look at that.
So, bonk. Yeah.
We're bonking everybody this season. I love it.
Aladdin would have had a lot fewer problems if he'd had that.
We just lean into the bonk.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then if you really want to convey the Riz or shut it down, you got your Sassy Finger Snap, which I'm personally
Can you
gonna put
give
that
us your
immediate-
best sassy finger? snap?
I'm gonna
Whoa,
put that
whoa.
straight on my Warmonger.
That was like
that
a-
one's for me.
That was like an inverted.
Oh
Z,
yeah.
I tried to do like the
Z for those of us from America.
Merc.
And then we got the Mythic Outfit, Arabian Night Sky.
Mais
Love the effect with this
uma
one.
Mythic
And
Outfit,
just-
15
it's
mil.
on the
Essas aí é
shelf,
aquela
on the
mais
shelf,
cara,
the
né?
Celestial Sphere, and yes.
And there's a lamp too. Yeah,
Uma
look at that. We
lâmpada.
brought the
Nunca
lamp.
quis
Ilion Lamp.
emote com
yeah.
uma lâmpada.
And so you can get those for 10K, 5K, and 15K steel, respectively.
Gastem seu aço.
But I'm excited because we're bringing back a segment. So a little bit of background. I did my thing that I do, and I watched every single Warriors Den watch party from the last live Warriors Den
Okay.
on
all right.
YouTube and Twitch. It
Vamos lá,
took me
galera.
like 14,
Quem
15
aguentar
hours.
até
It
o
was
fim da
awesome. I
live,
didn't sleep.
eu quero que
But
vocês
when I was
mandem
watching
mensagem
Havoc's
pra eu ler
stream, he
aqui
got all
o
excited
nome de
because when we said
vocês, hein?
content of the week, he thought
Saber
we'd
quem
bring back
aguentou esse
Community
tempo todo
Spotlight.
comigo aqui
okay.
And so
sofrendo com
joke's
esses
on
caras
him, we're
falando
bringing it
só
back now.
groselha.
So,
You get
gotcha.
Havoc. It's
I-
for you.
É 5 minutos de coisa
So we got some,
interessante.
we got 5 clips.
1 hora e
we pulled from
55.
Reddit. So the first one is, it goes in the square hole.
Yes.
So everything goes in the square hole.
Oh.
Got a warlord? It goes in the square hole.
That's
And I love this because the whole team respawns, comes back, and this gladiator is just like, yeah, no problem. I know exactly where you go,
It's
Medjay.
just eat the Medjay tier 4 and just say, nope.
In the square hole. So no matter what it is, it goes in the square hole.
There you go.
Meu
Amazing.
Deus, cara, que
Oh, no, there's
patético.
still another one.
Yep. And point. Bye.
Wow.
Then we have double sentencing. So Pirate getting exactly what she deserves.
We need Sarge.
And poor Shaolin. That's
Is that what
pretty-
Shaolin deserved?
Yeah, well, it was there. And you know, sometimes the bots.
Eu vou
you
dar
think you're
resumo no
smarter
fim
than
da
them.
live aí.
You're like, oh, it's a
Aguenta aí.
level 3 bot, whatever. And then turns out that level 3 bot had 200 IQ.
That's a lot of IQ.
Yep,
Oh my gosh.
there it goes.
He planned that. He planned that.
The bots know. And I love this one, Warden in Skyrim. And
Olha que
apparently the
bonito.
author behind this has gotten a couple movesets to work.
Uma montagem.
And, yeah, so. Now, for all the law boys out there, sometimes you just got to party with your boys. Random Shaolin comes up, tries to party with you, and you can guess what happens. As soon
I mean,
as
it
they
fades to
stop
black.
partying.
I think it faded to black for a good reason. there,
Yeah,
because you
that
don't want to see
Shaolin
much
got
back.
obliterated
No.
in half a second. One last thing, prime reminders. Today's the last day to sign up. Competition starts on the 28th, and then the broadcast of the finals and the grand finals.
Por mim, galera, eu já tinha voltado, é que eu não
So,
consigo voltar o
we-
vídeo enquanto eles
just
não
to
encerram a
really
live.
go
Aí não tem
home,
como eu
we're gonna
mostrar
roll
os
the pro-am
negócios se
trailer,
eles não
one last
encerrar a
trailer
transmissão.
for us.
Então é isso. Acabou. Dá um trailer aí, vamos ver.
Wake up, warriors! It's your turn to ledge the competition. You thought tournaments were only for sweaty nerds and have broken controllers? Think again! Now there's a chance for you to test your mettle alongside the giddy-grinking kings of comps. You're about to see some of the most wild team comps in Heatmore history, including Deathball R Us, the Goki Dokis, Please Stop Hitting Me, and the Beast Daddy. Two profusely perspiring pros will be paired with two vetted amateurs to ensure Papa Smurf doesn't ruin the fun. So get ready to see warriors from all skill levels, from meta maniacs to your average Kyoshin cosplayer. We have what you need. Sign-ups begin soon, so don't miss out on the lowest stakes event this side of the Cataclysm. Be there or bring dishonor on your house forever.
So there you go. Head on over to Battlefy, sign up for the Pro-Ams. If you haven't already, sign-ups end tonight at 11:59
Get it done.
p.m. EST. That's 5 a.m. UTC for y'all on the other side of the pond. But thank you so much for joining us for another live Warriors Den. And stick around because we're going to make good on a promise we made back in July and actually raid Kenzo this time. So stick around. We're going to raid Kenzo. But yeah, one last thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you for being here with me, Nolan.
I'm so glad to be here. This was great. So thank you, Brian. And
Yeah, so we're going to do one last look at that Boss Afira trailer, and then we're going to raid Kenzo.
all right, cool.
See you on the battlefield.
Bye, everyone.
Nossa. Finalmente acabou. Nem acredito. Mas a minha live vai continuar porque eu preciso explicar tudo de novo, né? Então agora é aquela hora que eu explico tudo o que aconteceu na live, certo? Só esperar eles encerrar o vídeo, tá? Para eu começar a dar o resumo. Primeiro, aliás, vamos já dar o resumo da live. Aí eu vou dar o resumo agora e falar o que eu achei de cada parte, certo? Porque é meio que resumo com a minha opinião. Então, eu normalmente gosto de informar vocês e deixo minha opinião no final, tá? Então, vamos lá. Primeira parte. Aliás, antes de eu dar o resumo, eu quero que vocês mandem um salve aí que eu vou ler o nome de todos os guerreiros que ficaram comigo até o fim dessa live, cara. Muito importante. Eu quero o nome de todos vocês aí, hein? Vamos lá, dá um salve aí. Quando isso aqui não acabar, agora eu já posso voltar.
Oh, and which way
Beleza.
to go?
Yeah.
Ó, vamos começar aí, tá? Ó, salve aí pro Demon, salve Felipe Bruno Porto, Fino Senhor, John Eric, Miguel, Riacos Met, Nagui, Gusta Brito, Pedro, Tio Guila, Vitor Hugo, Gato Problemático, Penhashiro, Dan Nag, Jorge Luiz, Hard, Hacker, Caio Almeida, Abimael, Guilherme Sullivan, João Vitor Andrade, Akira, Vitor Hugo, Eduardo Barbosa, Gilgamesh, Discípulo Radical, Gold Undertaker, Pedro, Joãozinho, Nemesis, uns atrasildo que não vê a live ao vivo, né? Aí, mas tá bom, já. Ó, Johnny Rodrigues. É que depois, na hora que eu terminar de ler os salvos, eu não vou poder voltar a ler os salvos. O The Hacker, que não é o hacker, é o The Hacker. Al Haitian, Richard Oliveira. Fino Senhor, Raposa, Hugo Oliveira, Gustavo Brito. Isso aí, galera. Vocês estão de parabéns ter ficado aqui comigo até o final. Vamos voltar para o começo agora lá? É porque eu vou marcar lá no vídeo a hora, né? Que eu falo qualquer coisa. Então agora vai entrar na hora de resumo. Resumo da live de hoje. Vamos lá. Ó, resumo da live de hoje. Hoje foi a live de apresentação do novo personagem. Falaram muito sobre muita coisa e pouco sobre o novo personagem. Então, no começo é importante, dia 6 é quando lança o novo personagem. Dia 6? Não, dia 2. Dia 2 ou dia 6, cara? Ele tá tampado aqui, eu não consigo ler. Acho que é dia 2. Peraí. Deixa eu minimizar pra ver aqui. Porra, tá algo em cima. 2 de fevereiro. 2 de fevereiro é quando lança o novo personagem e vem tudo, certo? Dia 2 de fevereiro, tá? Tá aqui, ó. 2 de fevereiro. Quando lança o personagem? 2 de fevereiro. Quanto? 15 mil de aço. 2 semanas depois fica disponível para 15 mil de aço. No dia 2 de fevereiro é só quem comprar o personagem, certo? Então, dia 2 de fevereiro você tem que comprar. Quanto? Ah, uns 35, 40 reais é o preço que normalmente sai. Agora, para ele ficar disponível para você comprar com 15 mil de aço, é 2 semanas depois, certo? Certo. Entendemos. Vamos lá. Quem é o novo personagem, Adriano? O novo personagem se chama Afira. Afira, vou deixar passando o trailer dela aqui no mudo, tá? O que é a Afira? É uma guerreira árabe que é uma guerreira de elite, uma guerreira super ágil, super inteligente, né? Que luta usa tática e acrobacias. E ela é uma guerreira foda da Arábia que vem para o continente de Rifmor para vingar a Javier, que é a skin do BP, é a Bepeia malvada que foi lá nas Arábias destruir lá, causar o caos, destruir o artefato, né, da sultana. E parece que só tem mulher, né? É impressionante. É a Bepeia que vai matar a sultana e a Afira que vai vingar agora a sultana, tá? Então vamos lá. Ó, primeiro, o personagem, o que eu achei, ela é muito bonita. Eu gostei dessa skin principal. Eu não gostei das outras, eu gostei da skin principal, tá? Mas, cara, minha opinião pessoal aqui, eu esperava um guerreiro árabe. Então, quando você espera um guerreiro árabe, por exemplo, ó, só para vocês entender a psicologia reversa, né? Minha linha de raciocínio. Se eu falo assim, ó, eu quero um guerreiro nórdico. Velho, pensa, o que é um guerreiro nórdico? Pô, um Warlord, né? Você já pensa, pô, um guerreiro nórdico, você vai imaginar um Warlord. Você quer um guerreiro, não, um guerreiro do Japão feudal. Você imagina um samurai, certo? Um Orochi, um Kensei, você imagina um samurai, tá? Quero um guerreiro, pô, um cavaleiro europeu. Pô, você imagina o guardião. Agora fala, eu quero um guerreiro árabe. Você imagina o quê? Meu, você imagina pode ser um Janízaro, pode ser um Rashashin, né, um assassino. Você imagina um cara com uma cimitarra. Cara, você pode partir para um esquema de um guerreiro pesado, um cara de armadura lamelar, uma armadura mais pesada, tal, com lança, tal. Cara, você imagina qualquer coisa, menos uma guerreira mulher com uma massa. Velho, você pega assim, ó, não vou falar nem 100, você pega 1000 pessoas e fala assim, meu, pensa num guerreiro árabe. Um guerreiro árabe da hora. O que você imagina de um guerreiro árabe? Mano, vamos pensar qualquer coisa, menos uma mulher guerreira com uma massa. Tipo, não tem o menor sentido pra mim isso. Não entendo assim, ó. Eu tô falando de expectativa com o que poderia ser e o que eu gostaria que fosse com o que é, tá? Então, assim, eu esperava muitas outras coisas. Se fosse seguir na linha dela, porque assim, ó, eu acho que tem uma incoerência fodida na questão de, beleza, é uma guerreira que usa uma massa e um escudo, mas ela é super ágil e usa uma armadura de metal, tipo, num... Cara, então faz um guerreiro um estilo Rashashin, ágil, com roupas mais leves e uma cimitarra. Não uma cimitarra, né? Porque a cimitarra é uma espada pesada. Mas com um sabre curvo, assim, né? Sei lá, velho. Tipo, pra mim não faz o menor sentido, tá? Isso não quer dizer que eu não achei ela bonita, porque eu achei. Mas, cara, pra mim não tem sentido essa porra. Saca? Tá? Claro, aí você fala assim, mas For Honor não é histórico. Mas assim, eles buscam a inspiração no nosso mundo. Não vai buscar inspiração em Marte. Eles buscam a inspiração na nossa história, saca? E eu não imaginaria isso, não esperava isso, não gostaria de receber isso. Tá? Não gostaria mesmo. Então, eu falei, se você pega 1000 caras e pergunta o que você esperaria de um guerreiro árabe, velho, eu não vou nem entrar na questão de ser uma mulher, sabe? É que é foda. Porque as pessoas querem igualar, falar que homem e mulher é igual. E não é igual. Isso não significa ter mesmos direitos, mesmas obrigações, não tem nada a ver. Eu tô falando assim, ó, característica, principalmente quando se trata de combate, de batalha, saca? Então, beleza, é uma guerreira ágil e tal. Mas sei lá, velho, negócio de massa e escudo com guerreira ágil, com mulher, cara, não ficou pra mim, sabe? Por mais que eu gostei da skin, eu achei ela bonita, tá? Achei ela bonitona mesmo. Ó, essa arte conceitual aqui, ó, linda, tá? Essa aqui, ó, essa aqui. Puta, que arte conceitual bonita, cara. Eu gostei muito dessa arte conceitual. Mas, velho, não esperava isso, não queria isso. Mas beleza, a personagem em si é bonita, tá? Essa aqui eu não gostei muito, não. Não gostei muito, não. Eu só, cara, quis expor minha opinião, tá? Deixa eu ler um pouquinho os comentários aqui que vocês estão falando pra caramba, né? Bom, depois eu leio, galera. Depois eu leio os comentários, porque senão eu vou ficar interrompendo e não vou dar o resumo pra vocês da minha opinião sobre o que eu achei, tá? É assim, essa é a minha opinião, beleza? Então, não esperava isso, tal. Parece que tem. Cara, quando você fala assim, pô, então por que fizeram, né? Uma guerreira árabe se não tem contexto histórico, sabe? Não tem porquê. Pra mim é só assim. Não, tem uma ordem que é pra fazer assim, um homem e uma mulher e whatever. E tipo assim, por que uma ordem, que uma agenda vai influenciar na escolha de um personagem do jogo? Esses negócios não me entram na cabeça mesmo, tá? Eu acho que isso não tem que vir pro jogo. Eu acho que essa discussão tem que ser na política, tem que ser no jogo de porrada, eu quero ver os guerreiros retratados de uma forma mais realista, sabe? Enfim, né? Sei lá, acho que nem tenho que ficar entrando nessas discussões aqui também. Essa foi a minha opinião. E é isso que eu acho da nova personagem, tá? Questão de estética. Questão de gameplay. O que eu entendi? Depois eu vou ter que dar uma olhadinha e tal. Mas ela tem uma sequência de 2 ataques leves, sendo que esses ataques leves têm defesa superior, tá? Foi aqui? Então, enquanto ela estiver batendo, se você quiser bater no externo dela, ela vai dar tipo um crushing counter, né? Então, ela tem essa propriedade de defesa superior nos seus ataques leves. É uma sequência de 2 ataques leves, certo? Ataque pesado, ela tem o ataque pesado, que é, aliás, uma sequência de leve e o pesado finalizador. O pesado finalizador, se ele vem pela direita, é imbloqueável. Se ele vem por cima, é perseguidor. E se ele vem pela esquerda, empurra o cara, tipo a marretada do Yomungander. Normalmente vai dar um wall splat, vai jogar no buraco ou qualquer coisa assim. Certo? Certo. Ela tem esquiva com ataques pesados. Essa esquiva para os lados e para frente. Então, dash para frente, dash para o lado, com ataque pesado. Normalzinho também, tá? Aí ela tem um bash do neutro fintável. Tá? Então ela tem um opening bem absurdo. Bem absurdo. Um bash do neutro fintável. Tá? Agora a gente precisa ver como que vai ser esse bash do neutro fintável com o cancelamento do recover, que é o backflipzinho lá. Não sei como vai funcionar ainda. Depois de qualquer golpe, ela pode cancelar o recover dando um backflip. Backflip é uma estrelinha, sei lá qual nome a gente vai dar para isso daí. É um mortal, né? Um mortal é mais fácil. Então, depois de qualquer golpe, ela pode dar um mortal para trás. Então, ela pode dar um bash e um mortal para trás. Ela pode dar um light, um mortal para trás. Tá? Agora, eu não sei se da finta ela consegue dar esse mortal para trás. Eu acho que não, né? Vamos ver, depois eu vou ter que testar direitinho. Depois de qualquer bash, ela garante um light, certo? Aliás, isso. Depois de qualquer bash, ela garante um light. E depois de qualquer golpe, qualquer light, ela pode dar uma bica no cara. É um chute, né? E vai garantir um outro light. Eu acho que é isso. Agora, eu só não sei se depois do bash... Eu acho que o bash do light... Desculpa. O light do bash é finalizador, eu acho. Então, teoricamente, depois desse light garantido do bash, você não pode dar o outro bash, certo? Mas se eu dou um light, depois de um heavy, depois de um guard break ou de um parry, eu posso dar esse bash in chain dela, que vai garantir um outro light, certo? Aí, depois de qualquer acerto com o bash, em vez de um light, eu posso dar um heavy com aquelas características que eu falei antes. De empurrar, de ser imbloqueável ou de perseguir. Então, cara, você não... esse é o chute. Ó. Então, você não vai usar esse light depois do bash. Às vezes é vantajoso você usar um heavy, porque esse heavy pode ser qualquer coisa. Pode ser imbloqueável, pode ser que empurre, ou pode ser perseguidor. Se o cara já vai esquivar, você já solta o perseguidor na cara. Agora, só eu tive a impressão que esse heavy pós-bash, ele dava 18 de dano. Aí eu não sei onde está a vantagem. Tá? Porque se o light dá 18 também, não é isso? Depois eu preciso analisar com detalhe. Tá? Esse aí é o cancelamento, o tal cancelamento do recovery, que é o mortal que ela dá. Tá vendo? Ó. Depois de qualquer golpe, ela dá um mortal. Então, basicamente, o personagem novo é isso, tá? Alguma dúvida? Ficou aí? Tá? Se tiver alguma dúvida do moveset do personagem, porra, deve ter várias dúvidas, né? Mas, a princípio, o que eu pude ver é isso, tá? Vamos lá, vamos avançar. O que mais nós temos? Então, esse é o resumo do personagem, tá, galera? Detalhe, mais informações, vocês vão ver o meu tutorial aqui, tutorial do lenhador antes de sair o personagem, tá? Marca aí 1 ou 2 dias, normalmente é 1 dia antes de sair o personagem, o tutorial tá aqui. Eu vou ter acesso ao personagem e aí eu sempre faço, tá? Resumo do Patch Notes. Vamos lá. Todos os personagens que têm full block, ou seja, Warlord, Conqueror, BP, Kyoshin e Valk. O full block agora, ele não pausa mais a regeneração da estamina. Ou seja, você entrava no full block e não regenerava estamina. Agora você vai entrar no full block e vai continuar regenerando estamina de qualquer jeito, tá? Se alguém batesse no seu full block, drenava a sua estamina. Agora não vai drenar mais a sua estamina. E você ganhava menos vingança quando te enchiam de porrada no gank e você estava de full block. Nada disso vai acontecer mais, certo? Certo. E para Nobushi que vai mudar é que ela entra na Hidden, ela continua recuperando estamina. Resumão rápido, hein? Buffs. Cara, esse buff do Bárbaro, buff ridículo, ridículo, absurdo, absurdo. Isso aqui é um mega buff. Isso aqui vai fazer o Bárbaro virar um demônio, tá? Porque ele agora pode cancelar o recover de todos os ataques com a esquiva. Todos, todos, todos. Ou seja, você não vai punir mais um Bárbaro nunca na sua vida, tá? É isso. Kensei. O Kensei melhoraram a hit reaction da sequência de ataques leves. Não sei se você sabe, mas o Kensei, quando ele para ele dar o golpe lá, o mijou no chão, né? O imbloqueável dele, você precisa dar uma cutucada e dar um light, certo? Quando esse light ele tem uma reação de ataque leve, que a gente chama de light hit reaction, ele não te empurra muito. Tipo, ele te empurra um pouquinho, aí você consegue já manter o controle. Agora, a medium hit reaction é uma reação meio lenta. Então ele bate, você demora um pouco para recuperar o controle do personagem. E essa demora é o suficiente para ele entrar no imbloqueável dele e você não poder interromper com o light. Porque antigamente o Kensei te dava um light, você só devolvia o light e antes dele entrar no imbloqueável, o seu light interrompia o imbloqueável dele. Resumidamente, é isso. Tá? E agora você pode esquivar nos ataques leves dele. Antigamente você não conseguia por algum motivo bizarro. A Xamã, todos os bleeds da Xamã agora são totalmente irreagíveis. 400 ms. Se já era rápido, agora é um tiro. Se a Xamã é lagada, então você só toma, só chora. Então a Xamã vai aplicar bleed. Meu, muito fácil agora, muito fácil. A Xamã chegou em você, é bleed, meu parceiro. BP, tá? BP. BP agora é bem polêmico isso, porque se ele dava o light, de acordo com as lógicas do Core Combat Update, se você dá um light finalizador, você não pode continuar essa sequência. Quem vai começar a sequência é o seu adversário. Mas no BP ele é abençoado, ele é especial, então se ele dá um light, ele pode puxar um Bulwark Slash, que é aquele imbloqueável da postura Bastião, no meio da sua cara, tá? E ele também pode te flipar. Então agora o BP vai continuar te batendo até você dizer chega, né? Você não consegue reagir ao bash dele mesmo. Quer dizer, se o BP é assim, reagir ao bash já é difícil, né? Aí se o BP é burro para te dar light, você, porra, beleza, ele vai me dar light, é muito mais fácil. Não, agora não vai ser mais fácil não. Certo? E agora o Tenebris Trust pode cancelar o recover com a instância do Bulwark. Maravilha, melhorou o recover do BP, como se ele já não tivesse muito recover. Outras mudanças, o Kyoshin vai custar um pouco menos de estamina lá. O Warmonger agora, a esquiva, o ataque imbloqueável, esquiva do Warmonger, que não serve para nada, agora vai servir realmente para esquivar. O Dash Light do Grifo agora é Enhanced, empurra a guarda, um buff justo, digamos. No Bush agora ela dá o Viper Retreat, que é aquele uá, ia, sei lá, porra, não consegui imitar. É aquele bleedzinho que ela dá andando para trás assim, tá ligado? Dá mais rápido ao entrar na Hidden. E a Valkyrie, a escudada, agora não drena mais estamina. Esse é o resumo do Patch Notes, certo? Certo, acabamos. O resto, cara, nós temos aqui, ó, quantos minutos? 36, ó. Mais de 20 minutos dos velhos enchendo linguiça e falando da composição deles lá. Tá? Bom, galera, esse foi o resumo do Lenhador. Espero que vocês tenham gostado da minha live. Muito obrigado por terem ficado comigo aqui como vocês sabem, eu não tenho feito mais conteúdo pro YouTube, mas eu tô sempre lá na Twitch fazendo lives lá, tá? Eu sempre falo que vou voltar a fazer vídeo pro YouTube, mas a real é que o YouTube sei lá, não tenho muito saco para YouTube mais. Mas deixa o like aí, ajuda meu canal, comenta no vídeo, fala o que vocês acharam, deixa um comentário, mesmo que vocês estão falando na live, comenta depois que isso aqui vai virar um vídeo, tá? E é isso, deixem sua opinião aí. Espero que tenha ajudado todos vocês. E me sigam lá, twitch.tv/lenhadorgameplay. E é isso, tá? Antes de lançar o personagem, 1 ou 2 dias antes, não sei ao certo, se vocês entram aqui no meu canal, vai ter tudo. Vai ter roupinha, vai ter gameplay, vai ter tutorial, que é mais importante. Você já vai começar ali sabendo jogar o personagem. Se tiverem alguma dúvida, falem agora ou cale-se para sempre. Deixa eu ler aqui. Adriano, qual é a tua opinião sobre o Patch Notes? Cara, eu já falei, né? O buff do BP desnecessário, o buff do Bárbaro desnecessário. Os outros eu achei todos ok. Qual origem ela é? Ela é árabe, né, cara? Não vai fazer live do personagem na Twitch? Não posso, Demon. Não posso, mano. Da última vez deu uma merda isso daí. Isso porque eu não fiz live. Eu só streamei o meu vídeo do YouTube, né? Que mais? Mais alguma pergunta? Na real, acho que a pirata é bem mais apelona que ela. Cara, se é apelona ou não, só jogando pra saber, tá? Só pegando, não dá pra saber de olhar assim. Quando eu vi a pirata, eu não achei que a pirata era tão forte. A gente só descobriu isso nas teamfights lá, mais pra frente, né? Bom, é isso, galera. Eu vou fazer um vídeo separado falando dos feats, tá? Eu não sei se vou fazer vídeo falando de movie list, não. E é isso. Não vai ter mapa novo, não vai ter mais nada novo, tá? E... não vou falar das músicas. Tem uns velhos aí falando 30 minutos de música. Eles não citaram mais nada além disso. O rework do Yomungander, eles falaram que estão vendo. Testing Grounds, tudo estão vendo, tá? É isso, galera. Eu vou aproveitar e obrigado pela presença de todos vocês, tá? Deixa a opinião nos comentários depois que eu fechar, que vai virar um vídeo, certo? Um abraço.